This week we see what happens when the Thing enters Silent Hill and exits Prince of Darkness in the 2016 cosmic body horror, The Void. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bloody Bits Horror Show. I am your host, Eddie, the Axe Jefferson, and joining me, as always, is the man no cult could silence. It's Tim Yobo.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much, buddy.
About this movie.
Same here. But wait, there's more, because as always, we are joined by that scissor in the eye. It's Candice.
If only you could see me now. I look like I got skinned. I got a sunburn yesterday so bad that today I'm actually experiencing flu-like symptoms.
Ooh,
like
shit,
I'm
Candice.
dizzy and nauseous, and if I'm low energy, there's a reason. I got the chills. The air conditioning's on me right now, and it hurts, but it feels good at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the face of Mars.
I can sympathize. I'm Irish, so when I go out and I get a sunburn, it goes from Red Lobster right back to White Boy in like 2 days. I don't get any of the tan parts.
That's what kills me is the rest of my family is paler than me. Like, I have the darkest skin, and I got burned the worst. I think it's the office jobs.
I've actually been working up a tan, but very, very little, and only in very specifically, like, my neck,
balls.
My arms, and my balls, yeah.
Well, yeah, he bought that ball tanning machine, so.
Yeah.
You're sitting there watching TV, and there's this, like, blue light emanating from your pants.
What's that? I'm just upping my testosterone. It's a guy on a commercial on YouTube told me about it.
Yeah, guess what, though? You have all that extra testosterone, enough to get up the courage to finally talk to a chick and maybe get it back to your apartment after you've hidden all your comic books and anime DVDs, and she's going to see a ball tanning machine, and that's going to be the end of the deal.
No, she's going to be impressed.
That's true. That's a pretty alpha move, Tim.
You literally have
it's my
balls.
PlayStation 5.
Yeah. That's a good point, man. So what's a bigger, like, just shut it down for you? If a guy's got, like, anime girl body pillow, a ball tanning device, or what's the third one?
Or the porn just sitting out, just like around. Didn't even bother to put it up.
Just out?
Yeah.
That guy rules.
I know somebody who does that. They keep their porn DVDs with, like, the rest of their DVDs. They don't even try to hide it.
Go pick a movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want to watch? I just stay away from that section. Things get a little dicey.
He'll just leave it out there. He doesn't care. I mean, I respect that, but goddamn.
That rules. That's a cool guy. That's like our buddy Chuck on Twitter. He's all just like, hey, check out this chick's asshole. And you're like, I mean, it's a nice asshole.
He knows all their birthdays. He birthday tweets them.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I'm like, that's the extra dedication, man. After you finish, you click on the little info button to see when the birthday is, and then you make a little notation on your iPhone.
Like me doing notes for a podcast. He's like, oh, you know what? I wonder what sign she is. She she takes it like a Gemini, but she sucks cock like a Cancer. So I don't. Oh God! All right, so here we are. It's we're moving on to summer. It's getting a little bit warmer. Tim, you were just complaining about the heat.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll tell you, I'm glad I got that crop duster ball thing. Keeps my balls nice and fresh now.
You know what? I actually used the ball deodorant the other day.
See?
Yeah. I was like, I bet this will do something.
No galding, right?
No galding?
Yeah, isn't that it when they, like, rub up against each other and get the friction burns? It's the galding caused by, like, heat and stuff and sweat.
I've never
heard that expression before, Candice. Thank you.
Maybe that's a southern thing.
Maybe that's something that some guy just told you, but because he had a rash from something else and he didn't want to admit it.
No, I know.
Oh, I got the golden. Don't worry
know-
about it. It's safe. You can't catch it.
I know people would get it on their armpits and stuff because they'd be hot and sweaty, and then their armpits would rub from moving
it's
their
called
arms
that,
and stuff.
I think
chafing.
that's chafing, right?
I've heard it called galding. Kid you not.
No, what you heard was the guy was saying it's the gall dang balls rubbing against my leg.
Also, have you guys ever heard the phrase sold it for a song or bought it for a song?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because my husband had never heard that before. I was like, he got it real cheap. He got it for a song.
Are you married to like a 12-year-old?
He'd never heard that. And I was like, is that like a Southern thing maybe? Got it for a song?
No, that's not a Southern thing at all. That's everywhere. Even a Yankee like Yobo knows it.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Yankee thing.
So, got to ask, what's everybody been consuming this week?
Candice, you're going to go first?
Oh, sure. I've been playing so far about 9 hours of Back for Blood.
Okay.
And I know it's 9 hours because I play through like one act, and that takes 3 hours.
Nice.
Interesting. So
I assume you like the game.
I am enjoying it, but only when I play with other people that I know. You know, I can't play with randos or bots. It's just not the same. And you guys only play video games at 1 a.m., so I don't play with you.
Well, 1 a.m. your time. And I play
Exactly.
Elden Ring or Subnautica. So, man. What about you, Tim? What have you been up to?
I was just watching, besides watching this movie that we did today, I was just watching a bunch of the Planet of the Apes movies.
Okay.
The original ones. And I will say, I think that might be the best overall franchise.
Really?
Pound for pound. There's I don't think there's a horrible movie in the entire original series.
Okay.
And the remakes were all well received and liked, and they were good, right?
Not the Tim Burton one.
Not the.
yeah.
Come on.
She's got you there.
She got me there. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But I think they still stand up, and I saw The Sadness.
Oh, how was it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. What a great fucking movie that is. That's like top 3. I'm going to loosely call it a zombie movie because otherwise it's the number one sadistic, makes you want to go out and rape people and fuck people up with an axe movie I've ever seen.
Want to rape people, Tim?
Oh, yeah.
I want to do that all the time. I mean, that's just normal. That's just Friday.
Jesus.
No, highly recommend The Sadness.
I know there's a lot of buzz around it online.
I want to do an emergency podcast about it, but Eddie's like, this or the movie that you've been asking to do for 2.5 years. So,
yeah, hey, we everybody gets a pick. So, you picked what you picked, and not the sadness. We'll do the sadness. Just they might have to come after next month, which is all Giallo movies.
Oh, that's a whole month of sadness for me.
Yeah, same. That's going to be a month of cutting myself to get through the episode.
Well, it'll help keep your energy up. But you know what, Candice? If you want to make sure you don't cut yourself, what you should do?
Get a Manscaped razor.
Get a Manscaped razor. That's right, folks, because this episode of the Bloody Bits Horror Show has been brought to you by Manscaped, the home of the Performance Package 4.0. And folks, summer is coming, and you should be too. The sun's shining, people are taking off their shirts so you can see tits everywhere, and your balls are smooth.
I know, my cleavage is nice and burned now.
That sucks. Oh, I fucking hate sunburns, dude. They're the fucking worst. Don't you just want to die when you get a sunburn? You're just like, you know what? Just fucking kill me. I'm done. It hurts to move. It hurts to not move.
Yep.
Pro tip on that one, you get the aloe vera that's got the lidocaine in it and pop that bitch in the fridge.
Oh, good move.
That's true. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
And so, there's my dog, of course.
That's fine. Tell your dog that their friends at Manscaped are here to make sure that their beach balls are as smooth as Floridian sand. And in the summer, you'll want to kill some cold beers and barbecues. not kill the vibes with your pubes peeking out of your swim trunks everywhere you go like a creep. Then you get put on that list and you got to move away from the school.
No one wants that. No one wants to see your pubes.
Yeah, that shit can get you in trouble unintentionally.
Hey, let me see your pubes. Don't show them.
Let me see
Unless
your
someone
pubes.
specifically says that.
That's, and you know what? If somebody just asks you apropos of nothing to see your pubes, maybe don't show them.
Good idea.
Unless they're paying.
Well, here's the workaround. If you use Manscaped, you might not have any pubes. So,
or you can do what I do and keep them in a baggie. You never know when you're going to need some pubes, Tim.
Try to get a free lunch.
You get into a fight with Eddie, he just puts his hand in the bag and then just goes.
It's like sand, but it's his pubes.
Yeah. Yeah, or just like you need an improvised mustache or something. There you go. So that's why Manscaped has the Performance Package 4.0 to keep the party in your pants looking crisp and refreshing all summer long. Tim, you were just telling me you wished your cock looked refreshing.
I wish it was refreshing.
It's like a cold drink of water on a hot July day.
Should I put my dick in the freezer for an hour before I use it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
People are into that.
And then your wife will get her tongue stuck to it like on A Christmas Story.
Wait, is that how I can do it? Oh, yeah. Sneak attack.
Well,
sorry, you got to stay there for an hour.
I know a way I can produce liquid, but
you need some body temperature liquid to come out of there. I have an idea.
Or you can call 911 and we can have the fire department break down our door and catch us in a very uncompromising situation.
You can put on a hat and start singing "Here Comes Santa Claus," folks. Dive headfirst into summer by joining the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. And get ready for hot guy summer that's not necessarily white, Tim. It can be any color.
Okay, good.
I just wanted to remind you of that fact. And all you have to do is go to manscaped.com and you can get 20% off plus free shipping for whatever you order, wherever you order it, with promo code BITS20. And that's not 20%.
Check out those ball wipes.
Yeah, check out the ball wipes. Yeah. Candice, you were mentioning you shaved your pussy with the stuff last week. How'd that turn out?
Still going strong. I also shaved my legs with the razor.
Okay.
And my husband says they have never been so smooth. And they last a long time, too. That hair has not grown back much. I haven't really had to trim
it is the first time you've ever shaved your legs, though.
Wow, so that means the fucking thing is really sharp.
It is really sharp. It is a really sharp razor. I really love it.
It's sharp as a razor, you might say, Tim. Tim, did I mention that the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer is waterproof, too? From the shower to the lake, from your chest scruff all the way down to your ball fro. That's not in the car. And
it's got a little light on it, too. So if you're in the lake and you get lost, you can use the light.
Exactly. It's a 4,000K. What does that mean?
It'll also tan your balls while you're shaving them. Oh, shit. You don't have to go buy that machine from Tucker Carlson.
It's got a 4,000K, and I thought K stood for thousands. Was that 4,000? 4,000K LED spotlight that you can use tactically, like Splinter Cell.
Now, think of this like a spotlight. You ever see like somebody getting chased by a helicopter at night and they turn the spotlight on them? It's like that kind of a spotlight.
The suspect is heading towards my balls.
Pubic hairs are looking up at it going, no, don't cut me, don't cut me.
Okay, 809, we got a pubic hair near the taint area. Over.
I think that was one of the universes in Doctor Strange Multiverses of Madness that they went through. With everybody was pubic hair. Yeah.
I can just see it. It's like that Honey, I Shrunk the Kids for pubic lice, and you just see this spotlight come on them. Poof, and this trimmer just... Like,
if you got Sam Raimi to direct a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, that what would happen.
So all you have to do is go to manscaped.com. 20% off of the cost, not 20% off of the order. You will get the full order, and you get free shipping, which is promo code BITS20. And you can talk to any of the 4 million of the men worldwide who trust Manscaped with their cock and balls. They would say use it.
At the end of the show, Eddie's going to give his phone number. So if you have any questions,
I will give you my phone number. If you have any questions about my balls or shaving my balls, you can give it a call. It's 323.
Tell me about your balls.
It's 323 for the axe. That's my phone number. Just give me a call anytime. All right.
Yay, bad balls.
So, folks, we have got The Void. Now, because we had 5 movies this month, I decided I would give my wife a pick. And so she said, what? You do a podcast? And I was like, yeah, I do.
I thought you were just tanning your balls.
Yeah, I thought you were dead. So she came out with a couple of suggestions. And I think we all kind of settled on The Void from 2016. So, Candice, what's your history with The Void?
This is my 3rd time watching it.
3rd time?
I'm a fan of this movie, yep. And really need to question your wife about whether or not she should be taking care of your children, because all the movies she picks involves babies dying.
True. That is very true.
Yeah. I was like, man, I'm sensing a theme here. I think Eddie might need to call the Funny Farm or something. She got postpartum.
The Funny Farm. It's somebody with a butterfly net.
So the guys in white coats are coming.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so 3rd time. So first time you saw it, like what, when it came out, or?
Yeah, it was when I think this came out in 2016. So that was when I got to start watching movies again. Just right after 2015, that magical year.
Mm-hmm.
And this was on Netflix, and I had heard they were like, it's The Thing meets Hellraiser. And I was like, okay, color me intrigued. And I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. And then I watched it again, like not soon after that, because I was like, oh man, now I need to see it again, because I just keep thinking about this movie. I want to watch it again. It's up there. If people are talking about like great special effects and practical effects in movies, this is the one that always comes to my mind as a modern example of practical effects.
And what you can do with a low budget if you know what you're doing.
Exactly.
And you're motivated.
A surprisingly low budget. Tim, what about you, buddy? What's your history with The Void?
I also saw this when it came out. And when I saw this that it came out in 2016, I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe it was that long ago that I first saw this. And I immediately love it. But my wife, we were watching it together, and she was into it until we got to a certain part, because she doesn't like those things in movies.
Anal?
No. Asians?
She's got no problem with that. But
Asians. They should not be in our movies.
No, not once we got into like the monster parts, that's when she's like, I'm out of here.
Okay, understood.
But I love the movie.
Yeah.
And anal.
And Tim loves anal also.
Monster anal.
That's a song you don't want to listen to.
That's a
listen
song?
To it backwards.
Yeah, Monster Mash, but it's Monster Anal. It was the sequel.
Okay. I thought there probably is a real song called Monster Anal.
Yeah, I don't know. Tim's or your buddy's probably got the DVD of Monster Anal up right now. He can tell you all about it.
Tell me the cast.
So yeah, this is another one of them that I'm with you guys. It's I think it was 2016, 2017-ish for me. It was on Netflix, and the wife is like, "Hey, I heard about this. Let's check it out." So watched it back then. Fucking loved it back then. And I'll give you her reason why she recommended it for our little
thing.
She
hates children. She wishes your children were dead.
Yeah, exactly. No, so she says, The Void came out in a stretch of contained indie horror features, nerd talk, The Void, Beyond the Gates, The Devil's Candy, etc., that felt like a nostalgic VHS horror revival. So I thought it fit this month's theme.
We have a theme this month?
Sort of. Did she send you a postcard with that all written down?
No, that was a
when she was
DM.
leaving.
It's a DM on Twitter. It was cut out of random newspaper articles. Nah. Yeah. No, the theme, remember, loosely is like you go into the video store and here's our like the cashier picked this movie. It's his suggestion.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's why mine was Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Speaking of, you guys are fucking sick, listeners. because I go, I can see how many of you are listening to each episode. Boy, there was a lot of people listening to Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
Like multiple times?
I don't know about multiple times. Well, no, it's not multiple times. I'm just saying that the numbers for that movie, very good. Very, very good.
Eddie, nice. You should pick all the movies from now on.
People just like horny titles. If you have a horny title, people will listen.
Oh, just people typing in hookers Hollywood area.
Yeah, chainsaws.
And they got led to our podcast, right?
Chainsaw hooker how to, like that kind of shit. So let's get to the background of the movie.
So, yeah, this is, I was going to say, this is one of those contained horror films where it's a low budget, so they only have like very few actors. They only have like one or two sets sort of thing. One of my favorite examples of that is...
Yeah, I think that's what harkens back to the 80s, because that's when almost all those fucking 80s movies were, right? Everyone's all set in a small area. Either you had Halloween in the hospital or Halloween 2 in the hospital, right?
Yep.
And all those like little places because it's cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was going to say one of my favorite examples of that is Resolution from Adam Moorhead and Justin Benson.
Resolution. I don't think I've seen that one. What is that?
Oh, man. I love that. Go into it blind. You really need to go into it blind. Yeah. It's about a guy who is trying to get his friend to stop doing crack.
Don't tell us anything.
No, we're not blind.
We want to go into it deaf also.
But it makes me think I remember your wife saying that everybody wants horror movies to be small like that, and she wants to write big ones.
Yeah.
And so she like bitches whenever she sees a contained small horror movie. She's like, God damn it.
Well, I think she appreciates both. It's just that her manager gets a cut of whatever gets sold. So he's always like, oh yeah, write it as big as possible.
Well, yeah, because he wants to sell a $5 million script instead of a $500,000 script, right?
Exactly. So this one, written and directed by Jeremy Gillespie and Stephen Kostansky. Now, these guys primarily were effects guys and kind of still are.
No kidding.
Yeah, you think? Before this, they worked on, the RoboCop movie, the new 2014 one.
Oh, yeah.
Worked on that.
Very forgettable.
Yeah, worked on the 2012 Total Recall.
Also very forgettable.
Ooh.
Yeah, so not so great.
I mean, that's not their fault, right? The movie sucks. I'm sure the effects were good, but...
Right, so these were graphics and art directors. So then they moved up to Hannibal, the TV series.
Fuck this shit. We do all this hard work and the movie sucks. Let's just make the movie ourselves.
Hannibal TV series has some great special effects sequences in it. Beautiful. Beautiful show.
Yeah. So then you'll notice that they did all of this stuff, then they worked on the 2016 Suicide Squad. Yeah.
I see why they just said, fuck it, we're going to make our own movie.
And
make our own movie.
Tim, it was literally right after
Suicide Squad. Can't get any worse than what we're already doing, right?
It was literally right after Suicide Squad that they did The Void. They decided, like, you know what? We have all these special effects things we want to do. Because I watched the behind the scenes and saw some interviews and stuff. They have all these special effects ideas they wanted to do. And they just kind of, like, maybe found some of the stuff they needed on other sets to shoot it. And put together a 1.5 minute trailer.
Oh, I hope one of the dummy heads that got shot was a fucking dummy headed Jared Leto.
Oh, dude. I wish. So they put that together and then they showed it around. And this producer's like, hey, that's really good. We should make a movie with this. And they're like, oh, okay. Shit. I guess we got to write a script now. I guess we got to write a movie. So they ended up
See, again, that's another callback to the 80s, right? You got a movie poster. And you
got to make the movie.
You sell it. And then, oh, shit, now we got to make the fucking movie.
And, I mean, quite honestly, if you watch the little trailer that they cut, it looks fucking great. Like, they're phenomenal at this. And I mean, they go on immediately after this to work on The Shape of Water.
Oh. If you like fish fucking, great movie.
I do.
For visual effects, kind of a big one. It Chapter 2.
I love the new It movies.
The first one was good. The second one,
And 8. Damn. Okay. I guess assistant art director for the entire 3rd season of The Boys.
Hell yeah. Look forward to seeing their work.
Now, moving on to their writing and directing,
that means they're gonna do the superhero Orgy Island. Oh, that's gonna be good.
You know what? Yeah, these are the guys you want on that. Moving on to the not just the effects, but the writing and directing, Tim. Psycho Goreman.
Hey, another great fucking movie. Low budget, right?
Yep. Low budget.
Sometimes, you know what? Maybe it's a good thing. I think I've said this before. Maybe it's a good thing for these people to always have like a low budget instead of giving these guys like. What happens if you give these guys $50 million to make this movie? Is it better?
I don't know. So. What was the budget on Leprechaun Returns? Because they also worked on that.
I mean, look, work is work, right?
It's true.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, just talk about a fucking power couple in horror. You know what I mean? Like, goddamn.
That's what I say
so
about
much good
Adam
shit.
Moorhead and Justin Benson. They're a power couple in horror.
Yeah. So, other than them, they they got some mild star power, let's say. A couple of heavy hitters, but no big names, really, to act in this. You've got Aaron Poole, not Paul, Poole, as Daniel Carter.
He was in, I looked him up because I was like, man, this guy looks really familiar. He was in another cosmic horror movie called The Empty Man, which if you have not seen that, I highly suggest it.
I think that just came on HBO Go or HBO Max.
It's HBO Max. Yeah, it was on there. That's where I watched it. Just like randomly because I was like, oh, it markets itself on there as like a teenage slasher. It's not. It's not at all. Like they really fucked up the marketing on that movie because it's a cosmic horror movie that's really
How
good.
many movies have been fucked up because marketing doesn't know what the fuck to do with them?
Because they're like, only teenagers watch horror movies. Let's market this to them. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, we're definitely not teenagers, and look what we spend our free time doing. He was also in that TV series, The Most Dangerous Game.
I didn't even know that was a TV
2020.
series.
Yeah, it's the most dangerous
series.
Yes, Tim. 10
Get
episodes.
The fuck out of here. I mean, it's like it might be up there with like Dracula. It's the most remade fucking movie of all time, but a TV series?
Yeah, there was another movie remake of it recently too. So just can we quit with the hunting the human thing for sport? Like it's old.
Except for
it's
The
played
Hunt.
out.
That movie was good.
The Hunt
that
was
wasn't
a good
really
movie.
for sport.
I will give it. It was enjoyable. Yes, and no, it's a good trope for movies. It's another one. You know, if you want to make an action movie, and you don't have a lot of money. Make a hunting humans thing, right?
Fair.
You just need the woods, you need a couple of guns, and some guys running around for 45 minutes.
The best part about it is the guy you're hunting doesn't even have to be an actor. I mean, if you want a real fucking reaction, let's go find some...
Ice-T did it really great. So.
Viewer participation.
Exactly.
That's how you get an honest reaction.
Exactly. So the bad guy of this movie, the man himself, Dr. Powell, played by Kenneth Walsh. Tim, you might recognize Kenneth. 242 credits.
Yep.
This man. He'd been acting since, I think, the 70s, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
At least. I've seen this guy so many times, I can't even tell you what I've seen him in.
Yep. 66 was his first big thing, Henry V TV show.
There was a Henry V TV show?
Yeah, there was a Henry V TV show. He was. It's about him and his cousin from another country. They become roommates in the big city. It's kind of a fish out of water story.
Henry's really messy, and the roommate's really prim and proper.
Exactly. No, so this guy has been in a lot. Just to go over a few of the big ones.
I'm going to say in X-Files.
Twin Peaks.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yep. He was Wisdom Early in the original Twin Peaks series. He was in The Fog, Day After Tomorrow.
He was in the remake of The Fog, because I looked him up.
Yeah, not the original
and
Fog.
I was like, oh, no.
Should have
I'm
pointed that
surprised you didn't
out.
like that one, Candice.
Oh, come on.
Remakes.
Yeah.
I don't love
Candice,
all remakes.
He was in the Fantastic Four, The Rise of the Silver Surfer. I know how you fuckers love your comic book movies.
I actually do like that movie. I know it's a bad movie, but I like it because I like the Silver Surfer. I think he's cool.
Yeah, but I agree with you, Candice. It's a good character and it's kind of decent visualization on it, but how they just fuck up that whole Fantastic Four. I don't know why they can't do it right.
And Jessica Alba was never a good actress. The only reason she was
don't make
ever
a
in
blonde
anything
like
is
that.
because she's hot.
Ugh.
And
Don't
her
make her
fake
invisible.
blue contact lenses.
Yeah,
ugh.
that's what really did it. It was not so much because she's been blonde in other movies before, and she's a beautiful woman, no doubt about it. But
terrible
not
actress.
blonde hair and blue eyes. No.
Yeah, no thanks. But the credit that tripped me up is he's in this thing called Erie, Indiana, The Other Dimension.
And you were like,
What?
excuse me?
And I'm like, pardon me. I know Erie, Indiana. What is this? Apparently, it was a single season run reboot of Erie, Indiana in 98.
Wow. On what
Whoa.
channel? Or syndication, I bet, right?
No idea.
Erie, Indiana was from the early 90s, wasn't it? Can you reboot something that's
I was
recent?
going to say late
it's in the
80s,
same decade?
maybe early 90s, yeah.
So Erie, Indiana originally was 91 to 92. Then this was 98.
That was only for one season?
Yeah, like 1.5.
Well, it's
Yeah,
no
makes
Goosebumps.
sense. NBC didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
True. It's no Goosebumps. You're absolutely correct there. As far as the other big names, I mean, a lot of people did a lot of TV stuff. Ellen Wong is in it as Kim. She was Knives from the Scott Pilgrim movie. You might remember. No?
Never saw
Okay.
it.
No.
It's okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that I was like, they look familiar, and then I looked them up, and they were like in one episode of a TV show or something. That's one of the reasons why the budget wasn't very high is because they could afford these actors.
But they're all good in the movie. Nobody's really bad in the movie. And I love that in movies. One of the things that it always drives me crazy, with a lot of Korean movies I watch it with my wife and TV shows, she's like, oh, I don't know who anybody in this movie is. I'm like, so? I mean, that doesn't mean it's going to be a bad movie. And in certain movies, that's good. Because I think I've said it before. Maybe I got to stop doing podcasts. I'm running out of things to say. I'm repeating myself. But sometimes I don't want to see an Al Pacino movie because every time I look at the screen, I go, that's Al Pacino.
Yeah, you have expectations already set for that actor. And so if they act different, then you don't like it.
No, it's not even that. It's just like, it's hard when Robert De Niro walks into a scene in a movie, just be like, oh, that's not Robert De Niro. That's a character that he's supposed to be. But everybody in this movie, I bought.
Yep. So the other big name I have on here is Art Hindle. He played, what's his nose?
The State Trooper.
Yeah, the State Trooper. But what the hell was his damn name? He's
God,
barely in
he
the
looks
movie.
like he could be
Mitchell.
Robert Patrick's grandfather.
Yeah. So, Tim, he was Ted in Porky's.
Wow.
He was also in 1974 Black Christmas.
Wow,
yeah,
we should do
saw
Porky's.
that. We should do Black Christmas.
That is a good one, man.
Me and my
Trust
husband.
me, you want to get a lot of hits on the podcast? Do Porky's, man.
That's true.
Yeah.
Man, me and my husband were having a debate over holiday films because I was like, I like
He
holiday
just doesn't
films.
understand them.
Well, he does not like holiday films, so he was looking up lists, and I was like, what's your favorite holiday film? What's your favorite holiday film? And he said Die Hard, and I'm like, that's a bullshit answer, and it is a movie that's actually about Christmas. And so he had to look it up, and he mentioned Black Christmas.
It's a Wonderful Life. That's it.
He was arguing with me that Gremlins was not a Christmas movie. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about?
Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
There's a Christmas story about a death in it, and fucking Gremlins has a Santa hat on.
It's not a movie that happens to take place at Christmas time. It is central to the story that it is Christmas time. The whole thing is it was a Christmas present.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, tell your husband to shut the fuck up.
That's what I said.
Hey,
And then I hit
Tim,
him.
I was just checking. You hit him? Good. I was just checking. Go all Amber Heard on him. Tim, I was just checking. This dude was in an episode of Friday the 13th, the TV series.
Oh, shit.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. It's about an antique beehive that contains vampire bees. Whoa.
Oh, shit. We need to
All
watch
right,
that
stop
episode.
the
Is that the
podcast.
one with the hot redhead in it?
The hot redhead is in it, Tim.
All right,
Well,
good.
she's one of the main characters. Why wouldn't she
know.
be
That's
in
all
it?
I need to know about the episode. I don't care about the story. All I need to know is the hot redhead in it. Okay.
Yeah, you think Tim pays attention to the story? He doesn't know who that broad is. She's like, that chick's in it, right? Oh, okay, whatever. I'm good with it then. So, yeah, I think that's about all I have for that. Now, as far as some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, because like I said, I watched the behind-the-scenes and some interviews. You can skip the behind-the-scenes feature. There's not a ton of cool shit in there. Like, you hope it's got a lot of the practical effects, and how they made it. And you see a few things, like they take, for the tentacles, they take bubble wrap and coil it up and then string nylons over it and kind of cut it a little to make it look like all weird. It looks so good, man. But the thing that I took from the behind the scenes that I enjoyed was they got funding for it. They had a producer and a few investors, right? So they start building everything out, and then the investors would come on the set and take a look at what they were doing, and said one of them immediately pulled their funding. They're just like, nope, sorry. So they're like, shit. So they had to shut down production immediately. They find another person. Then another one of their funding people cut one day before they started filming. Was just like, no, we can't do this. And they're like, shit.
Can you do that? Don't you have some kind of a contract?
I don't know. This is a Canadian film. I don't know what it's like up there.
I mean, all hell breaks loose out in Canada, so it's a free film.
That's true.
Oh, man, I figured out what I would do if I ever won like $1 billion or something.
Okay.
I would just fund movies that I want to watch. Like, I don't give a shit if it has mass market value. I don't give a shit if anybody else is going to like this movie. If these filmmakers can approach me and pitch their idea, and I could keep track of it, and if I don't like what they're doing, I'll just pull my funding. But if I do like what they're doing, I'll let them spend however much money they want.
Wow, nice move, Candice.
Wouldn't that be a dream?
Just so much porn.
Breaking people's dreams.
So yeah, one day before fucking filming, they get their funding cut. They finally get some more investment going on, and they at this point they had already spent about a third of their budget, because most of this is creature effects and practical effects and getting locations and shit. Right, the actual filming of this took place in, I think they said 20 days.
Damn.
Right. 11-hour days, 20 days, because they just didn't have time, right? Some of their investors were like, the finished product needs to be out this day.
Yeah, and every day a new investor's dropping out, so get this fucking movie made quick.
So they ended up
21 investors.
This Candice bitch keeps asking for our dailies.
Yeah. So they just ended up throwing up a GoFundMe, basically, to get the movie made, and they raised about $89,000.
Wow!
But they were doing some interesting stuff. Like, there's a lot of extra work in this with all of the different cult members,
Yeah.
So they're like, "Hey guys, if you give us $2,500, you can be one of the cult members."
Wow!
Oh, yeah.
Give us $5,000, you can be the guy with the knife.
That's what Rob Zombie did.
That's actually a good idea, right?
Yeah, you're having people pay to be extras.
That's what Rob Zombie did in 31. He was like, hey, if you help fund this movie, I will be your friend, basically. You can come hang out with me.
Could I get the money back after? Because I saw that fucking movie.
Yeah, no shit. God, what a
I
tragedy.
watched about 20 minutes of that movie. I think I got to the little midget Nazi running around, and I'm like, nah, forget it.
Yep.
I mean, little person Nazi. I'm sorry, I don't want to be political.
Well, it was a Nazi, Tim. You can call him some slurs.
Oh, okay.
I the character, not the actor. The actor, I'm sure, is a lovely
Tim's all
person.
excited because he's like, I found a loophole.
I got a loophole. That's right. Yeah.
Gotcha. Let me talk about Beetlejuice from the Stern Show for a minute. I've got a few choice words I'd like to. So, yeah, $89,000 in crowdfunding. They were able to pull it off. They were able to get the fucking movie done and made. And it's funny because then by the end of the little documentary, they're like, well, we got the movie made, and you can't take that away from us now. That's done. Well, okay.
So what was the total budget?
So that's a good question, because there's not the thing I saw said that the budget was about $200,000.
Damn.
Yeah.
Higher than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Because, well,
No,
I mean, I guess
I
the
think
practical effects are so expensive, which is why they're not used a whole heck of a lot. But then again, there's like very few like set pieces. There's like 2 locations in total. There's not that many people on screen at one time.
Yeah, so the 2 locations that they used, one was an abandoned hospital, and the other one was an old school that had closed down. The reason they had to have the 2 locations because the abandoned hospital was a fucking wreck. So when the switch flips in this movie, then we go to the dark version of Silent Hill that this takes place in. That's all filmed there. Go to the other place, yeah. Right. But the practical reason was because that place just had no electricity, period. You know, so it's kind of hard to film the whole thing there. And the other location, the school, did occasionally have the electricity working. It would they'd be filming, and then all of a sudden the power would just go off on the floor they were on. And as far as sets go, the 2 big ones they were complaining about, one was when the hallway's closing in on him at the end. Mm-hmm. That was kind of a pain in the neck for them to build, but just because of the amount of like fake blood and tissue and shit that had to be stuck to the walls, and then how they had to rig up the fake walls to cover up the lockers, because basically they were in a big long school hallway. So they had to cover the lockers up, make false walls, and then put them all on piano hinges to close it in on the guy toward the end. And the other one is the altar room that had the big triangle in it.
But you know what? God damn it. It's going to look better doing it that way than doing some fucking CGI bull fucking shit wall coming in with all shit, a million different fucking things squirming around on it.
1,000,000%. Yeah, because if to be honest with you, 2016, if they did this all with CGI, today it would look dated and shitty.
Yeah.
And because they did
for that money, yeah. There's no way you can get away using CGI for $200,000.
Right. I mean, this clearly was a passion project. For that little amount of money, the amount of effort people had to throw in. Because he was talking about, Tim, they were having like PAs going in and putting up fucking drywall and paint and shit. Like
that means they believe in the project. That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
I was a PA and I didn't want to do anything more than I absolutely positively had to fucking do.
Well, because you weren't filming something that you fucking loved, Tim. If you were on...
I don't like plastic pickles.
Yeah. Let's say you were on Dawn of the Dead as a PA, Tim. You would have pitched in.
Oh, hell yeah.
You would have chewed on a pig liver.
You would have put some makeup on. Some blue makeup.
Yeah. So, yeah, that one in the altar scene, yeah, they had to basically construct this big room inside of a 60-foot gymnasium for this scene with the triangle at the back of it at the end where the portal is. So, hats off to them, man. They made it work.
Yeah, no kidding. It looks great.
Yeah. So, I think we can get into the breakdown of the movie now, unless you guys had something you wanted to bring up about the background or the behind the scenes.
Nope.
Okay, then. So, we have a pretty good cold open with this one. Right? You got a dead body on the ground, and these 2 dudes are chasing a man and a woman out of a house. And we get some allusions to the activity that's going on with the black pyramid painted on the door. They chase the woman down, shoot her in the back, dump gas on her, and light her on fire. And I'm like, all right, I'm already on board.
Good start. That's right.
Except how they lit her on fire, because that got disproven on Mythbusters.
Yeah, I was going to bring that.
They like doused her in gasoline, and then they lit a cigarette and threw the cigarette on her. That's not going to light her on fire.
No.
Can't the cigarette light the fumes?
But the fumes, if it goes into the gasoline, it just goes out.
It's going to put it out, Tim.
Yep.
Yeah.
But other than that, this is a great
cold
open. Because I remember watching this, and then after that cold open, I kind of sat up straighter in my chair and leaned forward, and I was like, all right, we got a fucking movie, people.
Yep, just got my wife watch on the movie, too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great attention-getting device. I mean, you're less than 10 minutes into the movie. You've got a murder, somebody getting shot, a woman being fucking burned alive. That's cool. And a weird person in a KKK hood with a black triangle on their face watching it.
It's nothing much I love more than cults. I love cults in real life, learning about them, and I love cults in movies. And I know there's been past few years, there's been a big revival of cults in horror movies, and I'm all for it. Because I love cults. They never stop being creepy, ever. They're the biggest
No.
set of nightmare fuel, because even if it's just a bunch of crazy people, that's still fucking scary. They're crazy as hell. You don't know what they're going to do. And if the thing they believe in is real, that's even scarier.
Yeah, that makes it worse.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Candice Race with the Devil with Peter Fonda, Warren Oates, and who else was in that movie?
No, I know of it, but I've never seen it.
It's a great fucking movie. I'm surprised they haven't remade it, because that's a great movie, and that's all with the satanic cult too.
Yeah, satanic cults are out of favor, though. People don't really want satanic cults anymore. Now they want, like, either pagan or they want cosmic cults. Which I'm not saying they're right or wrong. I love a good satanic cult. But they're not really, like, in the vogue anymore.
Candice is a cult snob.
I was going to say, Tim...
1970s.
Tim, what's your favorite kind of a cult?
I don't know if you have... aren't they all pretty much the same?
No, Tim, there's a lot of different kind of cults. Like the Manson family, that was a cult.
Yeah, but I mean, again, like Candice said, the whole thing with the cult, it always ends up with the head guy always gets to fuck all the women, and nobody.
And it's still true in this movie.
Yeah,
still true in this movie.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, then okay, Tim. Counterpoint: Heaven's Gate. Nobody was fucking there.
Buck the trend.
Counterpoint again: Om Shinrikyo. Nobody was fucking in Om Shinrikyo.
Oh, that blind motherfucker.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, we should do a fucking podcast about him, because what an incredible fucking story of that guy. Because he's a blind mother. He's blind. All right, this is how you should know that this guy's a motherfucker. He's blind, but he's not like 100% blind. So when he was a teenager, I think he got sent. I might be getting a little bit mixed up. He either got sent off to a monastery or like a school for people who are blind. And he would take all the monks or the teenagers who were really like 100% blind into town, like get their haircuts or get like the shoes made, something like that. And then when he would get there, he would leave them for like 10 minutes. And then like, you got to pay me if you want me to take you back.
That's when you know you might not be a good person. Wasn't Om Shinrikyo, wasn't he the one that he would, like, all of his followers were like starving themselves by his order, but he would just eat like a pound of fried chicken?
Yep.
Like in front of them as a test. And he also made a manga as a recruitment tool, and apparently it worked like a charm.
And yeah. And so because it was just a bunch of nerds in his cult, my favorite story about Om Shinrikyo, two little points. One, they were a bunch of effectively like mathematicians that ended up teaching themselves biology so that they could like manufacture toxic gases.
Yeah, but they didn't know what the fuck they were doing, because just because you're good at math doesn't mean you understand biology.
Right. And number two, they bought a depleted uranium and a helicopter from the Russians, but none of them knew how to fly a helicopter. So they tried to figure it out several times. And the other issue was they were very heavily
figure out how to fly a helicopter several times? That's something you get like one chance at.
Well, they could take it off kind of, but not, and then land it, but not really get it to move well or move the way they wanted it to. One of the big problems with that, Tim, most of the time, his followers were completely out of their mind on LSD.
That'll do it. And they're his followers, so they're out of their mind to begin with.
Tim, can you imagine if I was like, hey, dude, we're going to go figure out how to fly a helicopter with some radioactive material. Let's drop acid. You want to go?
Hell yeah. Fuck it, why not? I mean, we're sitting next to this fucking radioactive material for 7 days while they're trying to get how to fucking turn the helicopter on. We're dead anyway.
You already feel like you're glowing.
Yeah, so not all cults are fuck cults, but the best cults, I think, are the fuck cults. And this one, like you said, Candice, turns out they're a fuck cult. So now we meet Daniel. Daniel is a cop in the middle of nowhere, chatting up dispatch, when the dude that was running into the woods just kind of falls out of the woods onto the road. The cop's like, shit, now I got to do actual cop work. I can't just give people speeding tickets and harass them.
Yeah, you're running too fast.
Yeah, he's jaywalking, I guess. So he's like, hey, dude, you all right? Flips him over. He's all bloody. He's like, fuck, I guess I got to take him to the hospital. Now, when he asks, hey, dispatch, I got to take this guy to a hospital. What should I do? And dispatch says, "Oh, you got to take him to Old Marsh Hospital. They're the nearest one. Otherwise, you're going to have to drive another 20 minutes out of your way." And he's like, "Ah, fuck."
Well, she says that Marsh Hospital is still open and they're still receiving patients, even though it's supposed to be closed down.
Yeah, it's in the process of being closed down. But I like how they have a reason for no one being in the hospital. That's always one of my gripes in movies.
I think it's a little bit of I'm sorry, Ken, I think it's a little bit of a callback to Assault on Precinct 13.
Oh yeah, where they're closing down, so that's why there's no one there.
Mm-hmm. Plus, it's a good reason why there's nobody in the hospital. So.
Yeah, like one of my biggest gripes in movies is when it's like, this is a hospital. There's always people around in a hospital. It's a 24-hour facility, and it's always busy.
Oh,
but somehow there's no one here on this wing.
So, yeah. Plus, we find out he has other reasons he doesn't want to go to this specific hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So, now we make it to the hospital. We get introduced to our cast of characters. You have Dr. Richard Powell, his nurse Beverly, right? And they take the, I'm just going to say drug guy, into a room and start treating him. So then we're introduced to Kim.
What the hell was that sound?
That's my upstairs neighbor flushing their toilet.
Oh, okay. I was like, is that what it sounds like when you use the volcano?
Jesus. No, that's...
There we go. Okay, that's the
sound.
The
sound.
There we go. Okay. So, yeah, then we get to meet...
It sounds like the Void.
It does.
Then we meet... It's a silver triangle, Tim. Look at you.
Look at that. Full circle.
So, yeah, then we meet Allison, the estranged wife of Daniel.
Do we know? We don't know that it's his wife at this point, right?
Yeah, at this point, you know there's a history there, but you don't know exactly what it is yet.
You also know that she's training Kim, who's just harassing one of their patients.
It reminds me, I dated a doctor's son, and the doctor's idea of a dinner talk was like, he'd be like, "Oh, we had a skin graft that didn't take, and I took some photos of it because it looked gnarly," and he's like showing it to me. I'm like, "Oh, it's great."
Glove, yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, Dr. Kim's like, "Hey, check it out. There's a picture of degloving. That's cool." And the guy's like, "Yeah, can you get out of here, creepy? I don't need a Dr. Giggles situation in here."
Which,
okay?
She's not authorized to do anything. Is she a nurse, or is she just like a volunteer?
She's a nurse in training, is what she says.
Yeah. Because at the other thing, she says that all she'd be doing would be turning over patients, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
That she's supposed to be at.
Yeah. But no, she offers him a catheter. I thought that was fun.
Yeah, hot. Don't you want to get a catheter from a sexy Asian nurse?
Right? Yeah. Asian nurse? Oh my God, Candice, you're right. That's a fucking Pornhub video right there.
Exactly. Catheter from sexy young Asian nurse.
Well, damn, I can't get a catheter.
She's probably over 21, so she's probably a MILF. That's probably what her classification would be.
Yeah. She's over 20, so they're putting her in MILF. Exactly. Yeah, Tim, that's a good point. You can't get a catheter if you're hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gonna have to take care of that somehow.
Man, Tim's finding all sorts of loopholes today.
He really is, man. I gotta say,
hey, it was a medical procedure. There's nothing I could do about it. Let's just be happy they didn't charge my insurance for it, right, honey?
Just Tim, like, going in to get like a kidney stone removed or something, popping Blue Chews beforehand just in case.
Oh no!
Looks like my dick's hard again.
Wow, this is the fourth time you've been in. You don't have any kidney stones.
Yeah, the nurse is just some dude that looks like Newman from fucking Seinfeld.
Oh, I got a George Costanza moment,
Yeah. Nurse Costanza in there. Nah, so then she steals his fruit cup. And she's like, "All right, well, fuck you. You're not going to play with me. I'm going to just take your fruit cup and leave." So, yeah, then outside, we get Daniel talking with two other people. We've got Ben, an older gentleman, and
Grandpa
a very... What's that?
Grandpa Ben.
Grandpa Ben, yeah. And a very pregnant Maggie.
Yeah, I was like, she's supposed to be a teenager because they have her dressed up like she's a 3-year-old from the 1940s.
Yeah,
like,
that was
a weird choice.
She looks
ridiculous.
You know, they spent
like,
a lot on...
I guess they were just trying to make her look young, would be my guess.
Or there could be a reason for it later on, right?
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Wait, are you saying that she's dressed like a young girl? Like
Yeah, I was trying to
somebody's
find
daughter,
her.
possibly. Yes.
I was trying to find her age, but she's in The Handmaid's Tale.
Aren't we all, Eddie? Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Tim.
Tim.
She plays Red Center Handmaiden, uncredited.
Never seen the TV show, read the book.
Oh, she's
I read
also
the book a long time ago. Yeah.
Tim. You're gonna like this. She's in something called The Marijuana Conspiracy.
The conspiracy is who took it, where did it go? That was my stash.
Yeah.
No, can I just say this on a little side note? I bought my first bag of legal weed. Well, not legal, but I mean, there was a store in the city.
Tim, how was
they
it
had
not
a security
legal?
guard working there. They didn't ID. They didn't ask me for any ID to make sure I'm over 21, but I guess I'm past that stage.
Yeah,
now.
I guess you don't have to worry about that anymore.
But I still thought they had to do that, even in any place. Even though you still, every once in a while, if I buy beer and fucking Dwayne Reed, they ID me. I'm like, are you serious? Come the fuck on. But yeah, but my first eighth of Pineapple Express because brand names pay off.
Anytime I get ID'd, I always make it uncomfortable for them. I'm like, oh, you smooth-tongued devil, you.
I should do that. Oh, you
Candice makes it
smooth-tongued
uncomfortable
devil.
for them by pretending to flirt with them. Okay.
Exactly.
Works. Oh god, yeah, I love when people fucking have the gall to try to ID me. I've got like gray beard hair sticking out from behind my fucking mask. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, I'll here you go. Never gets old. So yeah, we find out that Grandpa Ben is there with his granddaughter Maggie because she needs to get checked on for her pregnancy that just is acting up, I guess. That condition that happens.
When it's your first pregnancy and you're not quite sure what's normal and what's not, I was at the doctor's a lot because I'm like, I felt this pain. Is that normal? Am I okay?
Yeah. Wow, in hindsight, I think she has even more of an excuse to go to the hospital then. If she's feeling a little bit weird and not normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe wants to see someone who's really special in her life.
Yeah, that could be too. We also don't know this is her first pregnancy, Candice. You just assumed that.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Another thing
where does this take place in? What state?
Marsh? I don't know, because it's like his police
There's no place
badge.
in North named Marsh. Marsh has to be someplace down in the South, so.
Or it could be Midwest.
He's from the Marsh Police Department. And it's Marsh Hospital, so...
The Marsh of Dimes.
He's a Marsh fellow.
The Marsh of Dimes. Yeah. Exactly.
Marshfellow. But I was going to say that's
a drink. I thought about that.
So, that's another thing that movies do that fucking annoys the hell out of me is you can always tell when a woman who has been pregnant was not on the set. Because when a woman is pregnant to like 8 or 9 months, I mean, when they're really ready to pop, they can't lay down flat on their backs because the pressure of the baby shuts off one of their arteries. So they will pass out and die if they lay straight on their backs within like minutes. Like it's happened to me. I almost passed out from it.
You passed out and died.
I did not die.
Okay, good to know. That's a good pro tip, guys. If you ever want to, pull one of them Walter Whites, your wife's asleep on her side, pregnant, you just kind of roll her
Just
over.
have to get her pregnant. Wait 8 months.
The long con. Yeah.
But yeah, they always do that in movies, and I'm like, you can tell that a woman was not involved in this production because she'd be like, that would never happen.
Yeah, it's a movie, not a cupcake. You don't need a woman involved in the production.
Oh, god damn it.
I think men make cupcakes better. Men are better pastry chefs.
Really?
No,
of course not. So yeah, then they decide they're going to sedate the busted up dude, and when they go to do that, they notice he's got a bunch of track marks, and that freaks out the cop, Daniel. Right? He's like, "Look, this fucker bled on me. He's a druggie. I'm clearly going to get the HIV or hepatitis.
Something, yeah.
Something, yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're more likely to get hepatitis than HIV. Much easier to catch.
Oh, yeah. Hell, kids are getting it now for no reason. Just because it's trendy. It's like a TikTok challenge.
My name is Bourgeois 98. I don't know what the fuck they would name themselves.
Bourgeois
and this is
98.
I don't know.
You didn't even try. You got the phrase.
I guarantee you, Candice, 99% of the people on TikTok were not born in 98. So.
I was just going to say, number one, they're not using the term bourgeois. Number two, 98.
Bougie 98.
There you go. Bouge 21.
Okay, well that's not how it's fucking pronounced. It's a French word. It's bourgeois, and it's not rich people. The bourgeois were the middle class. God damn it. But anyway.
All right. Finish your joke.
My joke was that, and this is the TikTok Get the Hepatitis C Challenge. And then they're like drinking blood from a junkie on the street.
Yeah. Like that when they rebooted Beavis and Butthead and they wanted to become werewolves or vampires, so they paid the hobo to bite him.
Oh, yeah.
Because they thought he was a werewolf. They just got fucking hepatitis. That was great. So yeah, Daniel goes off to fucking clean himself off. And this is when his wife, ex-wife, estranged wife, Allison pops in. And they kind of have an awkward moment about, just, doing okay. And
she's
doctor,
like, sorry about that baby I killed.
Yeah, sorry I killed that baby of yours. Anyhow, I'll see you later. And then the doctor kind of interrupts and he's like, no, you had a hard time with her. I lost a baby too. Maybe just take it easy on her. And the cop's like, I'm just cleaning blood off right now, dude. Let's back up, doc. So then I'm like, all right, well, okay. The movie's slowed down a little bit. We're doing a little character building. Okay. We're going to keep it up at this pace for a minute, get to know everybody. No, Daniel just walks around into Cliff's room for some reason. I guess he feels the need to violate every HIPAA regulation. But you know what? Much smaller crime than what's going on in this room. Because we see Nurse Beverly doing a little impromptu cosmetic surgery to Cliff.
That's not her face.
Well, it was his face. I know that. So I'm not sure what the jabbing scissors into the dude's fucking eye, other than an homage to some Giallo horror. I get that.
Mm-hmm. It's always creepy to see.
Yeah. And then, like you said, Candice, she just turns to the camera and she takes the scissors up and she's like, no, this isn't me. This isn't my face.
She says it so calmly. That's the part that I love the most is she's just like, this isn't my face. I can help you. And this isn't my face. I mean, just like totally normal and calm while she like was slowly pulling scissors out of a kid's eye. And then she's like got skin hanging off of her face. And she's totally normal.
I'm putting you in
pulled a piece of skin off her fucking face too.
Yeah. So, Tim, I'm putting you in a self-defense scenario here. You're our hero, Daniel, but you don't have a gun. What's the go-to defense for crazy nurse cutting her face off?
Do I have my nightstick?
No, you're Tim Yobo. You're not a cop.
No. Okay.
Wait, do you have a nightstick?
No.
Okay, then no.
Damn, I always wish I had a nightstick. It would be cool to walk around the street with a nightstick around it.
Twirling it around saying, oh, just Sonny Jim,
what
why
do?
don't
I
you
get
go
the
back
fuck
to your
out of
mother?
You just leave, you get it. Okay. Probably a better move than Daniel. He just domes her ass. Just fucking whips out his Glock and just right between the eyes.
Well, she does lunge at him with he's like, stop, don't come towards me, stop. And she's got a knife and she just stabbed a dude in the eye with him.
Yeah, usually.
He's got a fucked up face, so.
I think you go for like center mass or go for like a leg or something. Maybe even a warning shot. But no, he just straight to the brain.
Yeah, because in these movies, that's usually what happens, right? Is they shoot 3 or 4 times in the stomach, and the thing keeps coming at them. And they're like, wait, what the fuck? And then that's when the last thing, they shoot them in the head. You don't usually start off with the headshot. I mean, good on him. That's what I would do.
What if he's a bad shot and he was aiming for center mass?
He just fucking sucks. He's
trying to fire a warning shot.
I did it again. I mean, that is, to be fair, if people that are nervous firing a handgun will pull their arm back nervously when when they're anticipating recoil. So maybe you just fucking fuck that one up.
He doesn't seem like he's ever shot that gun either.
No.
It's either that or he's been like a big city cop and he's killed so many people that the last cop job that he can get is this little podunk town.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that is quick reactions, right? He fucking pulled that shit out of the holster and shot her in the head. Damn quick.
Yeah, true. You think that's it? You think it's more he was like a Dirty Harry type, not he played a lot of wild gunmen. Yeah, well, he fucking domes her ass and she drops. And everybody's like, hey, I thought I heard somebody getting shot in the head in here. Let's see what's going on.
And they're like, oh my God.
Yeah. You know what? Fair and honest reaction. Okay?
But I like how they just buy his story so completely right away.
Well,
they also know him. Like, clearly everybody knows him because they're like, oh,
but they
remember
work
your
with
dad.
Beverly. Beverly looks like she's been there for a while, so they know Beverly. Like, hey, Beverly's not the kind of bitch who fucking gouges somebody's eye out, cuts a face off, and goes after a fucking cop.
I don't know. She might be the kind of guy that
she did seem like a bitch. She is a nurse after all.
Okay, and her name's Beverly.
Candice got that inside info on nurses.
Yeah, have you ever known a Beverly, Tim?
Yes.
No, never.
And she was a bitch.
There you go. Candice knew Beverly D'Angelo. Fucking hates her. Crazy.
Oh, man, she got some great 70s boobs, though, and hair. Holy shit.
What's 70s boobs? Is that when they look like orangutan titties?
That's when they were, like, nice and natural and had that nice natural bounce to them.
So, like orangutan titties.
Yeah. They didn't look like no matter what, you can put a fucking lady on a roller coaster, nothing's going to move.
Yeah, well, when did they start putting them in the torpedo-shaped bras?
That was
a fun.
Oh, that's the 50s.
Yeah, that was a fun era.
That's pretty cool, right? That's like no matter how big a chest it is, you can always make it look 100% bigger, and
I feel like A, that was the point, to make your chest look bigger than it actually was, and B, point. Also because you could like wear something more risque, but because they didn't look like natural shaped boobs, you could get away with being like lewd a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think Candice is right, and I mean, I'm no fashion icon or anything like that, but I think it was partly to make it look bigger, and I think it made you look more curvy, right? You got those big tits sticking out, and even if you had like a small ass in a tight skirt, you look more curvy with that, right?
Tim may not know brassieres, but he knows what he likes.
I was playing Back 4 Blood with a Twitch streamer, and A, she never shut up. You can tell she was a Twitch streamer because like blah 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 blah, never stopped talking. And then B, she said that she would not send nudes to people, but she would send lewds if people asked her to. And I had to ask what the difference. Lewds?
They haven't been made since the 70s. How the fuck does she have those?
Not those lewds.
Oh my god, Candice, I can't
didn't know what the difference was.
Well, it means that there's no nipple or vagina or asshole.
That's what she said.
Candice. Jesus Christ, man.
I feel really, you know what? That sucks that you'd have to like, you're going out to just like play video games, right? And have a good time and get popular on streaming. And the fact that you feel the need to just like reduce it to just this sexual thing. You know, Candice, can you tell me what her gamer tag was? Because I want to talk to her about it.
Yeah, thank you.
Can I watch while you talk to her about it? Imagine that.
I know her real name.
Woman figuring out that it's something that mostly teenage guys and incels are into, how to make some money off of them.
Yeah. I should get on there and offer people lewds. But it'll be quaaludes, like you said, too.
Just send them sugar pills and like, oh shit, man, that thing was made in 1968. I guess it lost its potency. No refunds.
She was like, I don't do nudes, I just do lewds. And I was like, what's a lewd? I was like, what's the difference?
Well, what a lewd is, Candice, is something that's about like 2 years at most away from doing a nude. That's what that is. That's dipping your toe into the water.
Yeah, a lewd is 2 years and $40 from doing a nude.
Mm-hmm, because I knew 3 different chicks who all ended up strippers after they started out working as bartenders.
More money.
Oh yeah, that was. I remember telling one chick, I was like, "You're gonna sit there at the bartender and maybe make $300 a night in tips, and some chick's gonna come over and she just made $300 in 2 minutes."
Well, so yeah, Daniel wanders off to the bathroom and throws up after he killed Beverly.
That's
Fair
how we know
response.
he's a good guy.
Then he passes out and has his first visions. So he sees like this weird mound of fleshy something, a looming black pyramid.
Oh, yeah.
And some sort of a nebula. Then when he comes
With
to...
two triangles in the sky, right?
Yeah.
It
and
reminds
when
me...
he comes... Sorry?
I was going to say these visions remind me of the 19th century British Romanticism movement. Where like the three tenets of it were the sublime, the beautiful, and the picturesque. And the
exactly
beautiful,
what I thought when I was watching this movie.
Yeah,
we're on the same page.
I think that's exactly what everybody thought, Candice.
the beautiful.
That's what the movie makers are going for. They were sick and tired of working on Suicide Squad. Like, we just can't get enough romanticism going in movie theaters. We have to do something ourselves.
But the beautiful is like a picture of a flower or a pretty girl, like very what you imagine when you think of beautiful. And then the picturesque would be like, this is a little garden that's overgrown and there's some ruins in it. But the sublime was always exemplified by like a tiny person who's just standing in front of a void, usually like a mountainscape or an ocean or something that makes you feel very small. It makes you feel like insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Like that's the sublime.
Yeah,
so that's what this reminded me of.
Interesting. So which one would the mound of flesh be then?
The picturesque.
Gotcha. So when he comes to, though, the doc and Allison are there treating him. Like, hey, you all right? You kind of passed out there, buddy. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'll just immediately stand right up. Because that's what you should definitely do after you've fallen on the floor in a bathroom. Passed out. Yeah.
Stand up quick.
We just get a real quick cut to what looks like, I believe it was Cliff, with a bunch of tentacles and shit popping out of his eyes and mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. And some more fun of the visions of the nebula. And then we see a dark man in a reflection. And that's, right after that, Daniel finally gets up. And looks around, goes to take a look outside and see what's going on. And the whole place has been surrounded by the hooded people.
Oh,
Such a great fucking scene, man.
It is.
It's so fucking good.
Yep.
It's simple but effective.
Yeah.
Right. And when we were talking about cults, Candice, what I love that they do with this is the cult is there. It's always a looming horror. But in reality, all it is it kind of constrains them. So it's like when the zombies are the external threat and you have to worry about the internal threat of people going crazy. It kind of plays that same function.
Yeah, there's a reason they can't leave.
Yeah, they stuck.
Can't just go.
Well, Canada, I think this goes into, because then you said that you love fucking like winter stories of horror when like people are trapped by whatever's going on and the fucking like endless snow. So this is almost kind of the same thing.
Oh,
yeah. And it has cold.
Because there's nothing you're doing getting past all those motherfuckers.
This is hitting all my buttons.
Mm-hmm. Plus, it takes place in the winter, so there you go.
Oh, by the way, I watched a movie. You should watch it, Candice. I think it's a Norwegian movie called Cold Prey.
I've seen it.
Okay. Of course.
There you go. So this is when the state trooper shows up, and he takes Daniel's story, and kind of odd he shows up. Like, what's going on here? He's like, oh, well, I was looking for your buddy there. Turns out he slaughtered an entire house full of people.
Mm-hmm.
He's also got a bunch of drug-related priors. So
they just sent one cop to get him.
Yeah, one elderly state trooper.
Yeah.
2 days away from retirement.
Old Man Winter, the state trooper. And they're like, okay, well, by the way, we also have this other nurse that just went fucking crazy and I had to shoot her in the head. And he's like, oh, that makes sense. Maybe the drug guy gave her something.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I've had a lot of things.
Never shove
if you're like a 53-year-old, 55-year-old fucking cop, 3 months away from fucking retirement, what are you going to think? Go, oh, this must be some kind of satanic fucking cosmic cult that's going on. Holy fucking shit, let's get the hell out of here. Of course, your first thing is going to be the drug addict got it high. That's it.
Yep, makes sense.
Plenty of nurses take drugs, right? So
yeah, then
well, that's true, man. I know a lot of people who became a nurse just so they could get their hands on drugs. I have just really bad experience with nurses.
That's real dedication, man. That's like, forget those fucking, like, all those fucking pill heads who are like going from one dentist to the other. Like, oh, I got a toothache, getting 3 pills here, 4 pills. Like, I'm going to go to fucking medical school for 6 years.
You don't go to medical school for 6 years to be a fucking nurse. It's not that hard. It's just a lot of memorization and you got to wipe people's asses.
So you have to remember, like, front to back or back to front.
Is that patients or bosses?
That too.
So yeah, he takes Daniel's gun from him. Says, "Hey, by the way, you're a shitty cop, and your dad was a good cop."
Yeah.
Bye.
I wonder what your dad would think about you now.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah, that's the good side. Good thing about living in a small town is you know everybody. So if someone steals your shit, you know exactly who did it. But the downside is that everybody knows everybody. So if something happened in your past, everybody knows about it, and they're going to be bringing it up.
Yep, that's why you move.
That's when you move. Yeah.
Move, change your name. It's pretty easy. Just costs, I think, $340. Change your name.
It does cost a lot of money to move, though. So if you're poor, you can't really move.
That's true. I was looking at houses in Gary, Indiana. Did you know I could get a 2,700 square footer for $12,000?
Yeah, but guess what? You got to live in Gary, Indiana.
Yep.
Yeah, I was looking at houses closer to St. Louis, and I was like, so the equivalency to my house, I would pay $100,000 more than what I'm paying now just to get the exact same thing. I was like,
come to New York, where a 1-bedroom condo starts at $350,000.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I don't live in New York.
You never really own
it. But it's all about a trade-off, right?
Yeah. It's what do you value most?
Being able to get pizza 24 hours a day.
Yeah, for Tim, it's listening to the neighbor flush and smelling hot piss.
One day I'm going to be living on a farm in Korea, so.
Nice.
That's true. That's
a goal. So, yeah, then... I'm
going to start a GoFundMe page. GoFundMe to Korea.
Daniel.
Go fund yourself to Korea.
Yeah. So Daniel decides, I better go call this in that I killed somebody to dispatch. They might want to know that. Goes over to try to call from the phone, and all the phone lines are down.
And the radio doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. Goes out to his car. Radio doesn't work.
No, and the actual radio that the nurses were listening to. Not even the police radio or anything.
Yeah, the AM FM doesn't
radio
work.
Is just static.
That doesn't work, and his CB doesn't work in the car.
That was making me wonder what year this was supposed to take place. I was thinking maybe like late 90s where computers exist, but they're not that commonplace.
Yeah, because the nurse Kim, she says, like, haven't you heard about computers? Because her job is supposed to be just like moving all the files and putting them in the boxes.
Yes.
And if she's saying that, that must mean that computers are obviously a big enough thing that almost like no hospital uses fucking paper files. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Also... Just say it. Nobody had a cell phone, which...
Yeah, which makes me think like maybe mid to late 90s where computers were being used in like workplaces, but not everybody had one. And definitely not everybody had a cell phone. That was still more of a rarity.
I mean, you could probably get us to like, maybe 2003, maybe 2004 before like everybody pretty much definitely had a cell phone?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, you get to early, 2004, I'd say, definitely. Because, nobody's got a cell phone in here, totally. But then this is when a couple of the hooded dudes get the drop on him and fucking stab him right in the chest. He tosses one of the fucking...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the slow stab.
Yeah, so you really can just fucking feel it as he's got him pinned down. He's just wrestling the fucking knife. And that's a cool fucking knife, too, man. That's a good one.
I wonder where they all bought their knives, right? They walked into some store and like, I need 132 of these knives, please. Wrap them up.
Standard issue. You join the cult, you get one of these knives.
Yeah, you get a hood and you get a knife. And if you ruin the hood or get it dirty, then
you get a triangle patch. You have to put it on yourself.
Yeah, it's another $49.99 if you fuck up the hood. Like shit, I lost my deposit on the knife. Damn it. So then he tosses the dude off. There's about a dozen more of them coming after him. He runs in the hospital, passes out. They treat him, of course, and. This is when they hear screaming in the back room where the junkie is. They rush back there to see what's wrong with him, and he's flipped the bed over. Smart move, by the way, because he is handcuffed to the bed. He flips it over, and he's like, look, just shoot the fucking thing. And they're like, what? Wait a minute.
Shoot what thing?
What? And then you figure out what. It's the Beverly Monster.
And this is where my wife is like, nope, I'm out of here. Done.
Did it scare her, or did she just think it was hokey?
She just can't stand monster movies. Once you see, she doesn't even really like ghost movies or anything like that. But once she sees a monster, that's it. It's done for her.
And this is a pretty good monster.
It is. It's really great effect and everything like that. It's really well done, and it's just like really shot well, and just like for the money, it's all up on the screen, and then some.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, people put in hours for this shit. And that was one of the things they were talking about that sucked for them, too, is that, like, because of their limited shooting schedule, a lot of those things had to be like, look, this practical effect better work in the fucking first take, or we're screwed. You know,
we can't get this thing to walk down the hallway again.
Yeah, I mean, we can do some inserts later or some creative editing, but hopefully it works. And they said a lot of the times it did. And I think this is clearly one of them where it did, because they shoot the shit out of this tentacle monster and it barely phases the fucking thing. So Daniel runs in, just starts kicking the shit out of the bed to get, loosen the guy in the handcuff off of it so he can get him out of there. Runs him out of there and then slams the door on the Beverly Monster. So, okay. Beverly Monster's in there. That can be tomorrow's problem. We'll deal with that later.
It's contained for now.
It's a good thing you can lock the hospital doors from the outside.
Yeah, I would say that's probably the only way you should be able to lock the hospital doors. Yeah. You don't want somebody locking the door and having a fucking heart attack in there.
No, becoming incapacitated and unable to unlock the door for you. That could be a lawsuit.
Yep. Yeah, but you can't lock the doors either, right?
No, you can lock them from the outside.
Really?
You got to have keys to open it. It's not like just like a flip lock.
Oh, yeah, I'll bet. Yeah, because they probably have fucking people going all wacky and running up and down the hallways screaming.
True.
And pissing.
Yeah. Then they get sued because you got out of your bed to take a piss and you fell and slipped in the hallway.
Yeah, or some dude ran into your room because he was having a weird flashback to Nam and then stabbed you in the eye with fucking scissors. But speaking of lawsuits, I mean, this hospital's already playing fast and loose. When we get to the foundation of the place underground, they should not be open for business, like, at all. So, we got the Beverly Monster locked up. Then the two dudes from the cold open just pop into the movie because they were tired of, waiting around.
I totally forgot about this storyline.
Yeah, so there's the dad and the son is how they are credited. And we find out that the son can't speak.
Mm-hmm.
The dad is mad all of the time. That's his character. With good reason. His whole family, minus the son, was killed.
Yeah, now his son can't talk.
By the cult people, yeah, because he took a knife or something to the fucking throat.
Yeah, because I think there's a line in where he says like he trusted the wrong person.
Yeah,
what does that mean?
Well, I think what that means is we find out that they're doing a little. The cult does a little thing that they used to call flirty fishing.
Oh, I know what that is.
Yeah, because that's I have written down. Oh, I was like, this is a little bit like Red State. Yeah.
Yeah.
Flirty fishing.
So, yeah. Well, the junkie will tell us all about that in just a moment. They show up fucking armed. Junkie grabs what's her name, the pregnant broad. Could I just call her the pregnant broad?
Yeah, you can.
They
just
never
say that.
refer to her.
Really, the character
junkie.
At this point, hasn't she already been called a slut, a teenage slut, or something?
Yeah, teenage
slut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Who
mean-spirited.
calls her
I'm
the
just saying
slut,
she's
though?
pregnant.
The dad does.
Yes,
Like the
yes, yeah, the
angry
dad.
Oh,
dad.
that's right.
crazy
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. When he busts in, yeah.
By the way, I like that. He's credited as the father, and the actor's name is Daniel Fathers. So
Because he couldn't remember his character's name. Yeah, I see how
So
it
wait,
is.
is the kid's name Daniel's son?
Are they
No.
Vikings? His name's
No.
Thor Danielson?
Thor Danielson. No, the son's name is Mick
Jagger.
Byskov. Byskov. What the fuck kind of name is that?
Not American.
He was on
so
the
it's not
X-Files.
important. Yeah, I saw that in the new
Wow.
one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck.
Oh, I
anyone?
didn't watch
Fuck
that because I didn't want to ruin the old one. So
Yeah.
They're
There you go.
they're
Tim.
okay. They're really not bad. They're needless, but they're not bad.
So he takes the pregnant girl hostage. Maggie, that was her name. So he takes Maggie hostage. The junkie does. He's got a knife to her, and the doctor dude's like, look, calm down, all right? Just fucking don't. You need to just chill. Dude reaches over, just stabs the doctor in the throat.
perfect
does.
fucking shot too. Everybody in this thing
yeah.
is a fucking marksman, man. Everybody's like fucking bullseye in this thing.
They
on
really
the show.
are, yeah. And so then Grandpa fucking knocks him out, the junkie. Like, good for Grandpa, man.
He does a Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Grandpa is so happy because he just got to be a Clint Eastwood for 5 minutes.
Yeah. He did it well. He looked good. Knocks his ass out. And then the Beverly monster sucks the doctor up into another room and starts fingering his eyes.
No, I
with
think that was the
tentacles.
trooper.
Yeah, it's
Was
the
the
trooper,
trooper
gets
that
it
got
first.
sucked
Yeah,
up?
He comes up behind the trooper.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I made a little note to myself being like, what does Tim think about these state troopers? Are they worse or better than super troopers?
Good question.
He died doing his job, okay?
He was useless. He was just standing there
you think
staring at
Super
everyone.
Troopers are even better? They would have died fucking around on the job.
That's true. One of them would have been dressed up like a hillbilly fucking a bear, and the cult members would have killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair point, Tim. So yeah, it starts fingering the dude's fucking eye sockets with its tentacles and shit. I was
hot.
just beating my dick off. It was hard. Then one of the strangers blows.
Oh, he does.
I say it's head of the monster.
Something head-shaped, yeah.
Because some head-shaped thing starts emerging from the monster, and the dude just blows its fucking head-shaped thing off. Then they just take they both, the father and the son, take turns just axing the shit out of this fucking monster.
It's kind of like when you're playing a video game and you get to the boss and you beat the boss, and then all of a sudden the fucking health bar just refills and it just
Yeah,
morphs
the
into
second
something else.
phase.
You're like, oh, motherfucker.
Yeah.
God
I use all
damn
my
it.
health potion up.
Don't even talk to me about that shit with Elden Ring, man.
Oh,
Kill
that's
these
true.
motherfuckers. Dead. Oh, now it's my time for my second form. Oh, good. I'm glad I rationed my fucking potions. You son of a
Oh,
bitch.
good.
Yeah, that game's fun. So they axe the shit out of him. And then we just cut to the hallway flickering and just blood splattered fucking everywhere. It looks awesome. It looks very
does look
Silent
awesome.
Hill.
It's just so well done. It's one of those
Yep.
movies where it's all the stuff that you don't see that's even creepier, right?
Yeah, I mean, and they said that as much on the behind the scenes stuff. One, they said they were clearly very inspired by Silent Hill with this, and
They were?
the other is yes.
I feel like I got more of like the very end was definitely the Beyond. The ending from
The
that.
very end was Prince of Darkness.
No, it was the Beyond.
Candice,
Lucio
they go
Fulci's
into the
The Beyond?
basement.
Yeah, they go
Open
into
a
the
portal.
basement and they open a portal and then
I'm
they're
gonna get some water.
completely
We need to argue
surrounded
about
by
this.
mist.
Nerds.
That's the ending
So-
to the Beyond.
Okay, and you've seen Prince of Darkness, right?
Yes, I've seen Prince of Darkness.
Okay, they open a portal to a hell dimension to try to let a primeval out, and the dude has to righteously sacrifice himself to destroy the portal and save the world.
Okay, yeah, that part was not in the Beyond. They did not sacrifice themselves. They just ended up being put in the Beyond, and they're drifting around in eternity in the land of the
Well,
dead.
Okay, to be fair, you're right. He didn't technically sacrifice himself because at the end he is just hanging out in the void. He's not dead, so might have been better to be dead. I don't know. All right, Tim's taking a break. I think we should take
Wait,
5.
Are you still talking about the fucking Prince of Darkness and the Beyond?
Yeah, I proved it wrong. So, yeah, we're at an hour and a half. I guess I'll have
to listen to the show to find out.
So let's take a break and go get a beverage or something.
I just did. All right. Well, whatever.
Yeah, I know. I just had my husband bring something.
Well, tough
fucking
shit.
Inconsistent. God
tell
damn
you,
it.
Tell your fucking husband to bring me something.
No, because no one likes you.
That's true.
He doesn't understand the concept of bringing something to someone.
He doesn't understand the concept of you.
That's fair. That's fair. Go back.
Why would anybody want to listen to Eddie?
Okay, so back in the main hall, the strangers tell everybody, look, we just want the junkie, right? Just give him to us, and we'll get the hell out of here. They go after Daniel and go to axe his fucking head off. And this is, when we learn that the son can't talk, right? Because they end up like after this big tense moment.
Because they never understand what they're talking about.
That's true. You're going to get laid a lot more if you just keep your mouth shut.
That's a very good point. Yeah, that might work for this guy. That's a good.
Damn, all those times
point.
I was young, I should just gone to a bar, just made up a bunch of business cards, just said, "I'm sorry, there's something wrong with my throat. I can't talk for like the next 24 hours."
Oh, and then you would just sit there and listen, because that's all women want. They just want to hear you sit there and listen to them bitch about their friends. It's a win-win situation.
That might work too well. Yeah.
But if you listen long enough, you might get lewds. You just have to go play some video games now.
What are lewds?
What? How am I supposed to know what lewds are?
Candice, you know what fucking 18th century fucking British romanticism is. You don't know what lewdness means?
I know what lewdness means, but in today's vernacular, I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know what a bussy was. Was that common knowledge?
Yeah. I think Shakespeare was the one who invented the word
Yeah, he invented so many words in the English language, including bussy.
Yeah. So I like, by the way, that their move is like, okay, so we have to come up with a plan now. And then you just cut to a hospital gurney on fire being shoved down the street. and it's the old dude. Just burnt, dead body.
That's kind of like Night of the Living Dead, right?
I'm sorry.
Weren't they? Wait a second. They were playing Night of the Living Dead at the beginning of this movie, weren't they?
Yes. Yeah. So Cliff was watching it in the in the hospital room while the nurse in training was talking to him about degloving.
Because it's free,
That's
baby.
Right, yeah.
Yep.
Well, now all I can think about is going on Wikipedia and looking up that list of words in the English language that Shakespeare invented and putting bussy in there.
Yeah, that's such a good move. Oh, what was the last thing? God damn it, I just vandalized something on Wikipedia not too long ago.
And that's why you don't use it as a source, people.
Yeah. For years... For years, I went on the Chicken Fingers Wikipedia article because there's a section that talks about like the common sauces that people dip it in. And somebody had put Caesar dressing, which I've never heard of.
And you edited it out? You were like,
no,
fuck
no.
You say.
I wrote, if you're a psychopath at the end of it.
No, the only thing I use Wikipedia for is like looking up movies and like what movies people are in. But other than that, I never go any deeper than that.
I use IMDb for that.
I can edit that shit, right? So, yeah
anybody can edit that. Wikipedia.
Tim Yobo could edit a Wikipedia page. You really want to use that for your school paper?
Tim, did you just now realize that anybody could edit Wikipedia and that's why it's
that's
not
why I know.
That's
why you don't trust Wikipedia. That's what I'm figuring. Like, nobody's going to... like. If I'm looking for how many Charles Bronson movies he was in from 1978 to 1979, I don't have to worry about somebody fucking around on Wikipedia as much as I have to do with, is the Earth flat?
True.
Which, by the way, I found the solution for flat earthers. Put them on a fucking boat and just ship them off somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be great. Just
Shoot
send their ass seaward.
No, just put them on the boat, and the boat can only go straight. They're either going to hit a fucking ice wall, or they're going to fucking wake up.
Yeah, that's a good point, Tim. charter them all a big crew. Or you know what you could do, Tim? When you get them out to international waters, you just sink the boat. I guess they fell off the earth. They were right.
I like the irony of them like being shot out into space and they orbit around the Earth.
Especially when they build their own rockets to do it.
But what if they're moving the same times that the Earth is moving, Candice, and that's why you can't see that it's really a sphere. It just looks like a flat disc, right?
Got you there.
So that's why you got to send them. They got to hit that fucking ice wall or just keep going. That's it. End of that fucking bullshit.
No, Tim. What you got to do is you got to launch 2 of them into space, but you have them going different directions, opposite each other. The Earth can't be rotating in both directions at once.
These are all excellent points.
You know, we could try like a couple hundred times before we get it right, too.
Yeah. Or we could just put them in a big catapult. It'd be funny.
I think Matt Anderson said it best. The best thing I want to see that I would pay money to see is a debate between a flat earther and a hollow earther.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Oh, man. That would be great.
Yeah.
Just pick whoever's the best representative of each position.
Yeah.
And just have them go at it for 2 hours. That's it.
And I've referenced it a million times, but it just reminds me of the 3 Christs of Ypsilanti. The guy that found the 3 schizophrenics that all thought they were Jesus and made them live together. And they're all like, yeah, that guy's crazy. I am Jesus, but that guy's crazy. Fucking awesome. So anyhow, the survivors all get together in an office, and we find out that Prager's is about to pop. So we can't move her around. That ain't an option. And the Rangers or the strangers are talking about, okay, well, we need to fucking come up with a plan here. And the dad, a bloody kid's like baby shoe falls out of his bag. So you get a little backstory on him there that he had a baby that died. You're going to find a lot of people in this movie have babies that died or failed to be born properly.
That's why I was like, maybe you should talk to your wife. Is she trying to tell you something?
No. I think our children are okay.
Have you checked on them? When was the last time you checked on them?
Been a while.
This is why Eddie cooks.
It's been a few years, but I believe they're okay. I haven't heard
he doesn't trust her next to the
door.
oven.
Yeah, no, I don't trust her next to the oven with the baby.
Especially with the babies around.
Yeah. I read that about that with the LSD in the roast being in the crib. Fucking stupid. God damn it.
Go ask Alice. Yeah, remember when she dosed that little fucking baby on acid?
Yep. You know what? I didn't understand why the Brady Bunch even hired her. She was a terrible fucking housekeeper.
I'm not talking about Alice from the Brady Bunch. Talk about that fucking movie in the book, Go Ask Alice.
Yeah.
Where
we know what you were talking about.
Yeah, okay.
That was the joke. It was that it was the same Alice. Anyhow, so the cop guy's like, all right, here's what we got to do. Let's go get my shotgun because I know you're out of ammo. You have a couple of axes. That's cool. But let's go get my shotgun. And they're like, all right, we'll do that, but we get the shotgun. And he's like, yeah, fine. Sure. No problem. Here, Chatty, you go into the trunk and get the ammo out. I'm going to go up front and get the shotgun. And you, dad guy, your lookout. Okay, break. So it's a good plan. They go outside. A bunch of the robes show up. Move in on them.
It's a great scene because there's nobody out there, right? No, and here's the thing where there's something going on in this thing. It reminded me of that book I read a long time ago, A House of Leaves or House of Blue Leaves.
House of Leaves by Mark Zabrowski,
okay, sorry, yes. And because at first we see that car isn't far away. And then all of a sudden, that fucking car, when they come out, the 3 of them, it's like fucking half a mile away in a fucking gigantic fucking parking lot that's way too big for this hospital. And the same thing happens when they go downstairs at some point, right? That shouldn't be there in that physical space.
Yeah,
right. They're playing fast and loose with the laws of the world that we're in. Again, this is the Silent Hill thing, right? You got the regular world, and then it's being influenced and changed by this force. So yeah, no, you're right because the guy remarks, he says like, hey, I thought you said your car was close to the hospital. I was like, ah, shit. And you're right. There's no strangers, no hoodie people out there. So yeah,
and
they get out there though.
One, and then you see 3.
Yeah,
and that's it. The whole fucking screen is full of them. It's so
Just
well done,
packed with them. Yeah, and one of them slashes the poor mute kid on the hand. Like, this guy's been having a day, man.
Yeah, Jesus Christ! All he was doing is like, at least I can go home tonight and jerk off. Like, oh fuck!
Oh, that sucks. It's like, God damn, this whole fucking thing, this whole situation sucks. I can't even say that it sucks. Hey, you go beat my dick at least. And slash. He's like, God damn it. Well, I guess I got to beat my dick with my other hand. That never works, though.
Yeah, it's hard to do, right? So I don't know what the hell that works with.
It really is hard to do.
That should be what's called a stranger.
Yeah, you know what? Because it is a stranger. You don't know that hand. It's like trying to get a fucking cat to look at itself in a mirror. It doesn't.
My cat looks at himself in the mirror all the fucking time.
Oh, really?
That shit freaks me out because he's supposed to be like seeing a fucking ghost or something like that, right?
Yeah. Oh, you should tell your wife that. He probably sees a ghost.
Oh man,
Fuck
the
her
one
up.
that keeps putting dust everywhere.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, exactly.
All of a sudden, yeah, there's this ghost that's just dropping hair all over the goddamn place. It happens.
All
to be
these
the same color
hairballs,
as the
man.
guy. Yeah.
Hey, this ghost bought a bunch of beer, took it home, drank it, and played Xbox all night.
This cat did steal a $20 bill and a bag of weed off me. I still haven't fucking found it. I swear to fucking God.
This cat rules. This is the best cat, man. So yeah, then they make their way back into the hospital with the shotgun, and I like while he's running into the hospital, he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna keep the shotgun." I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, because guess what? There were fucking shells in it to begin with, motherfucker. It's not empty with the shells in the fucking trunk.
Yeah, you have extra shells in the trunk, but yeah, you probably want some ammo in that fucking shotgun when you need it, you know?
Yeah, well, they got the ammo, they got some flares, and they took a bunch of other shit from the back of the trunk.
Yep.
But he has a shotgun, so he's king right now, right?
Yeah, for now. So then they head back into the hospital. Daniel's like, all right, I'm going to go check on Allison because she went to go get some supplies to help out with the pregnant lady.
Right before he leaves, he's like, promise me one thing. Just wait for me. We'll go together. Wait for me and we'll go together. And she's like, okay.
She listens
right?
just like a woman would. Not at all.
Yep, not at all. Tells him to fuck off. The second that he's not watching her, she leaves. And this is what I always say to dudes. You got to watch out. You got to have a camera on him. You got to have neighbors.
You got handcuffs, right? Come on.
Yeah. You got a handcuff her? That's a good move.
You got the wall on your side, too.
You know what? You could handcuff her to Grandpa Ben. He ain't moving too fast. No, you could probably catch up to him.
That's
so
true.
He goes to check in on Allison, and we find out that the strangers. This is when he's talking about the kid. His family got all killed up and dead by the cult people for trusting someone. Then they're like, all right, well, we're fucked. Let's go, try to find Allison together. We should probably all move it together instead of just wandering off alone like that dumb Allison bitch did. And this is when they find Mitchell's gun in the mound that got axed to
Wait, hold on,
bits
Eddie.
and
Did
pieces.
we mention the fact that she had a miscarriage?
She didn't have a miscarriage.
Yeah, she had a baby that died in the hospital.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, I guess I should have been paying a little bit more attention. Okay.
Yeah, her baby died, but it was being born, but the umbilical cord wrapped around its neck and strangled it.
Yeah, and the doctor guy will, spoiler that the doctor dude's not dead, but he'll talk about that later when he's got her on the operating room table.
Which is fucking rough.
Yeah, that's rough. Our firstborn almost fucking went out that way. My wife demanded a C-section, and they're like, I don't know. She's like, no, you don't understand. My body's stupid. I want a C-section. And then they gave her the C-section. They're like, hey, you know what? Your cord was fucking completely wrapped around that kid. It would have been a big problem.
God.
It's a good thing they listened to your wife, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? it sucks for me because now I was right about that. You better listen to me. Like, God damn it.
Wow, that's really going a little bit step too far just to be proved right. Okay.
Yeah. They're going to hold that over my fucking head. No, I just was with her. I was like, yeah, C-section. Exactly. Go get him.
It's like, should we move to California or should we go to Chicago? And the wife's like, let's go to Chicago. And like, are you sure? And she points to the kid, taps the kid on the head.
Yeah, exactly. God damn it. All right. You're correct. So yeah, then they find Mitchell's gun. They gather up. They go into the supply closet and they find a plastic bag full of supplies on the ground and no Allison. So that's a problem. But I did notice, because this was like my third time watching it, that here you do see the stranger dude grabbing some things of rubbing alcohol. That'll come back later. So then on the way back, they hear a phone ringing, though. And Daniel walks in, and I like that on the line, it's the morgue where the phone call is coming from.
Mm-hmm. And the whole time the dad's like flipping through these Polaroids that he found.
Yeah.
And I love these Polaroids because they're kind of like overexposed and you're not quite sure what's in them, but you know it's something really fucked up, but you can't really put together exactly what you're looking at. I love that.
Yeah,
well, to my trained eye, Candice, and watching it on 1/3 speed after I transferred it to Super 8 so I can really slow down the film. It looked like a bunch of like an orgy shot, and then you started getting into like torture shots.
Yeah, so and I think that lends to the whole element of cosmic horror that you have here, right? That it's like society, right? This big mass of bodies,
everything's just blended together,
smushing together. It could be violent, or it could be sexual, or it could be violent sex. Who knows? Either way, I'm down. I'm pocketing a couple of those Polaroids, man.
Hey, look, if everybody's consenting, or if everybody, at the very least, if they're not consenting, if they're tripping on LSD, it's okay, right?
There you go. Yeah, as long as people are drugged, it doesn't matter if they consent. That's the Tim Yobo motto. Very good, Tim. So yeah, it's Dr. Richard on the phone. And he's like, hey, when you woke up, you had some visions, didn't you? I felt it.
Yeah, you saw something.
You saw something, didn't you? He goes, look, I know this is hard for you, right? It was hard for Beverly at first, too, but, she turned out okay.
Yeah.
He's like, look, I assure you my intentions are purely altruistic here. So all I want to do is, I know how much it sucks being a father of a kid that died, because I'm the father of a kid that died, but you know what? We can get past this whole death thing. You just gotta be chill with me and what I'm about. And I'm like, that's not good. And then this is when dude puts down the fucking Polaroids and he just finds the Necronomicon. And I'm like, that's not good, man. You don't want a doctor with a Necronomicon. I've seen Reanimator. It doesn't turn out well.
Doesn't work, yeah.
No.
Head of the class.
Oh, God. I loved him in that fucking movie. Herbert West was so great. Snapping pencils, being a prick. So, yeah, let me see that the last Polaroid is the door with the black triangle on it from the cold open. So everybody goes back to the office.
Yeah, so then right there, we know that all those Polaroids have been taken at that murder house, right?
Yeah.
It's
Do you think
connected.
the Polaroids date the movie then?
No, because I think you can still buy
get those
Polaroid
now.
cameras today. And again, here's a callback. According to Law and Order SVU, they are still the big sellers for people who want to take boudoir photographs without having them on their computer.
Lewds?
So I guess it also kind of works for fucked up people too, right?
So lewds,
Yeah,
Especially
right?
you don't want it on your computer or on your phone.
Technically
Yeah,
lewds,
yeah.
right?
Technically,
That's what a
lewds.
boudoir photo... Is it a fucking lewd or is it a boudoir photograph, okay? Because I'm really confused.
Well, there's lewds,
well, no, what got me
boods,
about that episode
and
too
nudes.
is the cop says, "Do you have the guy's ID?" And he goes, "Of course I do. He used a credit card to buy a Polaroid camera. I always take IDs when they buy Polaroid cameras." I'm like, "What?"
That's probably a good
you
call.
should be paying cash.
Because they're probably A, ghost hunters, or B, pedophiles.
Or C, a ghost hunting pedophile.
Yeah, there you go.
What if you're a ghost hunter and you take a picture of an underage ghost?
Oh my god.
Oh, and the underage ghost is nude. Fuck.
Loophole. That's what I was saying. Like, is there an age of consent when they're dead? Like, can
Well,
you
no,
get
they're
in more
dead. They
trouble
can't
for
consent.
having... No, would you get in more trouble for molesting a child's corpse than, like, an adult one?
Jesus Christ, Candice.
Yeah. Lawyers that listen to the show, please write in, because you get in more trouble fucking a dead baby than a dead grown person. I'll go ahead and I'll weigh in for you, Candice.
Okay, what?
Why not? Why not get in more trouble? I'm okay with that.
They can only hang you once, right?
Yeah, that's my whole. If you go to get the death penalty for an abortion, you might as well just kill a cop or something.
If I'm
Right,
gonna get in trouble for having sex with a dead body, might as well really break some taboos.
On your way home from the abortion, rob a couple of banks, knock over a fucking armored truck on the way home. Why not, right?
Yeah. Steal shit. Fuck it. Yeah. Oh, God. Well, okay, that was fun. We're just talking about fucking a dead baby. Good job, Candice.
Jesus Christ. Holy shit, man.
Look, I asked the hard questions that have to be asked, all right?
No,
We're all thinking it.
It's, you know what? It's on the tip of everybody's tongue. It's like George Carlin. Carlin was great as a comedian because he would just say the things we all agreed with, but nobody wanted to say.
Did you watch his documentary on HBO yet?
No.
Oh,
I
want to
watch.
I want to watch it.
Oh, you know what? I got an ad for, or not even an ad, a notification is there's a new Cat Williams stand-up special coming out.
Oh boy,
that dude's my favorite, man.
Well, also you heard
the
Norm Macdonald supposedly filmed a little video thing before he died. It's gonna be on Netflix, I think, soon.
I gotta check that out. Anyhow, back at the office, we're all
wrong
fucked.
Comedians died.
That's true. That's very true. Back at the office, we're all fucked. Kim has to step in for Allison, and she has no fucking idea what she's doing. Right? Because Allison's gone, and we gotta take care of this woman and deliver this baby. So, the
this
dude,
where she reads how to do a C-section?
Yeah. I had. If she had a phone, she'd be Googling C-section how to.
Oh, she can watch a fucking video on YouTube or
she's watching
maybe BitChute.
She's watching it. No, be watching a TikTok video on how to do a C-section.
Oh, God.
The TikTok video is only 30
minutes.
seconds, Candice. Come on. You can't do a C-section in 30 seconds unless you got a lot of experience.
She's up above this broad about to fucking die, and it's all like, and by the way, this video has been brought to you by Squarespace. And it's like, fucking hurry up.
Skip
God
in
damn
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, skip ad.
Ah, shit, it's another ad. Fuck. Why don't you just pay to get YouTube Premium? It's too much. You're going to die.
Nobody's paying for Premium.
Yeah, who does? Listeners, write in.
When I'm watching YouTube
know.
on my phone and the ads come up, I make a purpose thing of not looking at my phone and turning my phone like upside
don't look
down.
at the phone, Tim.
Because I know they have there's some of the apps that they keep track of, like the fucking thing of like how your phone is positioned and the camera can be turned on and shit like that to track where your eyes are looking at. Maybe that's a bit much, but they can definitely check and see, like, if your phone is at a 90-degree angle, 180-degree angle. So, like, let them know I'm not even fucking watching that bullshit ad for 5 seconds.
You for a minute there, you sounded like my dad, because he said he'd never have a smart fridge because he doesn't want China to know how much milk he has. This is his quote.
But, like, China cares how much milk your fucking dad's drinking. He doesn't sound like, to me, he drinks a lot of milk.
He does not. But this is his exact quote. I don't know how they could use it, but they would. That was what he
said.
Yeah. He sounds like he should have met my grandmother when she was alive.
Oh, man.
Manipulate the stock market. Hey, I made money on crypto this weekend.
Did you?
Really?
Yeah. So
you made money disappear?
No, I made money. So occasionally I go on the crypto forums and just see what the people are talking about. And I saw there was this big fucking crash. that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went in there and I saw that the stickied post on it was the number for the suicide hotline.
Yes, that's
so
right.
Like,
yeah, for that and for the NFTs too.
Yeah. So I bought the dip on one of the coins that had hit like the all-time low that second. And immediately, like, it had to have been within 2 hours, the value of it doubled just as the initial rebound hit. So then I sold it all off immediately.
Take that money. Fuck it, shit.
It wasn't much. It was just like, I had a few drinks. I'll buy $50 worth of this piece of shit.
Look,
So
I don't feel bad.
$100.
Some of those people are going to lose money, but at least their mom's not going to kick them out of the basement because they're broke. Because she's
That's
used to them
true.
being broke anyway, right?
That's true. Plus, they can start selling nudes, right, Candice?
Or lewds.
Yeah, can we sell some NFT lewds?
Yeah.
One of the best stories, I think it was some guy bought a fucking ape for like $36,000 and he sold it for $112.
Yep. That's fucking hilarious.
God.
I love it. Now, Tim, the move is if you're a chick, right, and somebody sends you an unsolicited dick pic, you go mint it as an NFT, right? And then say, I'm going to sell this.
If you don't
can
send me
buy
crypto.
Yeah. I'm going to sell this. I'm going to sell this publicly. You can buy it right now for $200 or I'm putting it up on the market.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
genius.
everybody-
Grift.
Okay, now hold on. I'm making a fake female Twitter profile.
Use my
I wanna
picture.
get some money.
Really reel them in.
I want to get dick pics. I don't want to get
Fish pics.
ignored.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have to explain to Candice what flirt fishing is.
Oh, yeah.
No,
so
I know
this is
what
where
flirty.
we
I
learn
know
about
what
flirty
flirty
fishing.
is.
Because they go to torture the junkie by breaking his fingers with a hammer. And I'm like, okay, now finally we're being sensible.
Yeah, that's how you get through to junkies. Come on.
Yeah. So apparently he met a girl on the road. Red flag number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, where did you and your wife meet?
No. That's not a red. If you're living on the road, that's not a red flag.
Oh,
you
Tim
live
got real
on a road?
defensive.
Tim, if you live on a road.
If you live on the road, not on a road.
Which road?
Talking metaphysical. The road they were all going down, Candice.
Oh, okay.
To
That's
death?
a metaphor. Got you. Jesus, no, Candice. That's just the journey of
You're
life.
talking about
not
Eddie's
death.
wife needs to be fucking talked to. What's up
Did
with
you
you?
need some antidepressants or something, Candice? Are you okay?
Do not go darkly down that dark road.
Did you listen to Elon Musk and stop taking your well
She listened to Elon Musk. Yeah, here we go.
Who?
No, so he met a chick on the road. That's red flag number 1. She offered him crystal meth. That's red flag number 2. Now I don't
she
know
said she
a
knew a
lot.
place where they could score. Some
He was
really
already
good
looking
crystal.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's not. Eddie. He's a dude and he's a fucking junkie. So any chick who's like, hey, guess what? I have a pulse and I know where there's drugs.
I have
He's
a
gonna be
pussy
interested.
and I know where there's drugs.
Yeah.
And Tim's
Again.
like, okay.
If it sounds too good to be true, it is.
You're talking to the guy who gave away free pot to 2 French Canadian girls in Central Park on the thing that I'm going to get laid off of giving a girl a joint. So yeah, it would work.
No shit. One time I was walking to a 4th of July party with 2 cases of beer, just one under each arm. And these 2 chicks, it was me and my buddy, these 2 chicks stop us and they're like, where are you going? I'm like, a party. And then they're like, oh, my friend and I will flash you for a beer. And I was like, nah, that's okay. To be fair, they were pretty busted looking.
Well, that's why they were giving it away.
I know.
Sure,
Because
that's
if
why
they
I
were
had 2
actually-
beers in my hand, that would have been it.
If they were
Yeah.
actually good looking, they would have already had someone lined up to
But-
give them beer.
Now, that's my side of that story. Their side of that story fucking sucks. Hey, we went up to these 2 dudes, offered to show them our tits for a beer, and they said no.
They said no. They want to see our tits.
Oh, god damn.
Well, that's the
That
ultimate
rules.
neg. You could have fucking gotten them to fucking marry you after that, right?
Marry me? Tim, you're trying to avoid that at all costs.
No, that should have been, you should have been like, beg for it. Like, you don't want to see their tits. You just want to see tears in their eyes.
No, you know what I want to see? I want to see your
I want to see
asshole.
his tits. I want to see you twirl around.
I want to see your asshole. Oh, my God.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll give the...
That's where I'll put the beer.
If I would have been a wiser man like I am now, I'd say I'll give 3 beers to the first one of you to punch the other one.
If only you were Budweiser.
Oh, no. You would, like, set a beer down and be like, pick it up with your butt cheeks.
No. Pick it up without your hands. Reminds me of 40 Bottle Becky. Anyhow.
Whoa. What is that?
That's a friend of mine. So now he tells him, look, so what happened was she lured me to this house where there were people fucking and sucking and doing drugs and being killed.
Mm-hmm.
And
worse. Again, for a guy drug addict, what is wrong with that picture?
The people being killed, probably.
I think the people being
killed.
No,
I'm not. Well, they didn't start off with killing the people right away, Candice. The way that they work you into that shit is they're giving you the drugs and you're fucking you're fucking your brains out. But again, as a dude drug addict, I'm not talking about me personally, but as a guy who's a fucking meth head. What would be a better fucking situation for you to fucking end up in? Until the shit went down. That's why it's called the honey trap. That's why it's fucking works, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. It's an effective
Those two guys are going to fuck that old lady in Red State. Okay?
That's true.
Yeah. By the way, that's an underrated fucking movie.
That's a great movie.
I love that movie.
Kevin Smith's one of his best movies.
Mm-hmm. Anytime you've got John Goodman as a bad guy, by the way.
Yeah.
Fucking hats off.
I don't think there's any good guys in that movie.
The guy who played the preacher?
No, there's no good guys in that movie. Again, I'll always say 10 Cloverfield Lane.
No, man. In Red State, when they're outside and you hear that fucking horn, and you got that 3 seconds of like, wait, what the fuck is going on?
Fuck, I got to check that one out again, man. That's such a good one.
It is really good.
Yeah, it's been a minute. All right. So, yeah, they then there's all the killing and rituals going on. And he says in the rituals that they were doing made people change. I'm like, okay, let's put a pin in that. That's going to be a problem later, I think. So they're like, all right, well, since you've just demonstrated your value, Mr. Junkie, you're going to be our canary. So we're going to just take you down in the basement ahead of all of us. And, we'll see what's going on down there, buddy. Oh, you also don't have a choice. So here we go. Mm-hmm. So they take him down in this old, shitty, gross fucking basement.
He's well behaved for a fucking meth head who hasn't had a shot for a while.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is if he's injecting meth, dude, that's
that's about as low as you get.
Yeah. Because I've known some people that smoked meth, and booting it is fucking some scary shit. Like,
don't you always start off with? Do you start off smoking it or snorting it? What do you think is
snorting
it? Yeah, snorting and then going to smoking.
Then you move to smoking, and then you shoot it, and then you keister it, doing some colon rolling. And
for real, that's a real thing.
Yeah,
people are sticking meth up their ass.
Tim,
don't you have to heat it up? Well, no, it's not. It's not hot. Okay, yeah, I guess it just has to dissolve. And that makes sense. Blood chugging is a thing.
There's a very funny stand-up comedian lady who talks about
not Amy Schumer.
She figured out that your body doesn't process meth. So you literally piss out your meth.
So you can just recycle it?
So she would eat meth because that was the easiest way to take it in and get a little bit of a bump. Wait until her second piss after that. Piss the meth out and then drink it.
Because the first one doesn't count because you don't have the meth in your system yet, right?
Then why not do the meth? No,
Candice, listen to this. This is fucking genius. She's recycling this shit to like the 5th or 6th degree.
Oh, so she would do the meth.
Keep doing it.
And then just drink her piss.
Yeah. And she was
you let your piss dry out until it crystallizes, and then you smoke it.
No, she was drinking her piss, Tim. And she said at first she was trying to get other people's piss, but that's...
Wow, wait, hold on a second, Eddie. Hold the fucking on. Is it illegal to sell urine to people?
Yes.
Is it?
It's a biohazard. Yes, it is.
Oh, shit. I was going to say, I'm going to go to the fucking bad part of town, pay all those fucking junkies, like $3 for a fucking fucking Poland Spring bottle of piss, and just sell it to all the fucking junkies.
This is fucking Tim Yobo's Breaking Bad. He's just running around fucking the bad part of town gathering junkie piss.
Okay, no, hold on. If I get busted, which one am I going to jail longer for? Selling piss or selling meth?
Selling meth, clearly.
Okay, there you go. Holy fucking shit. Pissin' Bad coming to AMC next week.
Pissin' Bad.
Walter Yellow.
Oh man, I got this crystal. I just can't pass it. Walter Yellow.
your primary supplier gets a kidney stone and he's all fucked up, so you end up having to kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really a great fucking workaround. So many loopholes we're finding in this episode.
I know. We're having such a good day of fucking loopholes and workarounds and fucking babies that are dead. This is a good day, man.
And for a penny and for a pound.
Pounding. Exactly.
Well, here's a Law and Order SVU. There was a callback to an episode where some guy got arrested for trying to have sex with a dead body on the New York City subway. And he got off because it was a dead body, so it wasn't rape.
Well, Tim, if he was arrested for trying to have sex with the dead body, then I would say he didn't get off.
Like how you had that queued up. You were like, this is going to be good. This is snare worthy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You see, I get to choose when the snare hits or when the crick hits or when I play like...
We haven't had crickets in a while, so we must be doing good.
No, we've been doing good. We haven't had the need for crickets. I got it queued up. It's in pink. It's in the middle of the soundboard, so it's right there. So, yeah. Then this is when it gets rough. Allison wakes up on an operating table.
She's almost like it's like fucking Dexter.
Yeah. With the doctor, and she's like, "Hey, I saw you die," and he's like, "Yeah." Funny thing about dying.
It's not permanent.
I never knew how it would feel when I was doing surgery on people.
Mm-hmm.
But then I died, and it feels just like a release. And I'm making notes.
You're shedding your mortal shell.
Plus, the extra freaky thing is he has his back turned to it. We're not seeing his face. We're just seeing he's doing something around his face and around his hands.
He's doing his prep work shit, right? Like he's getting ready to do surgery. How they have to glove up and wash up and everything. That's what it looked like.
I think he's degloving, isn't he?
I think he was degloving his face. He's like, have you ever wished that you could save someone that was beyond saving? Well, my daughter's death compelled me to find a solution to that. Like, yeah, this is going to go real bad.
Oh, God. He goes into excruciating detail about how her baby died. And that's probably the worst torture that he's giving her right now, going into detail about how it was struggling to breathe.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And the irony of the thing that provides your baby with life, the umbilical cord. The thing that pumps the oxygen and the life into it, wrapping around it and killing it. While you're still connected to it.
Yeah, because he doesn't say like he doesn't say something like what kind of God is that, but he's like, how can nature be that way or something like that, right?
Yeah. I'm like, that's fucking hot to think about. Like, there's like death going on that you're connected to. That's.
Do you think that almost happened
sexy.
to David Carradine, and that's why he ended up the way he did?
Yeah, Tim, I think David Carradine was in some sort of a freaky Lovecraftian cult. Oh, have the QAnon people picked up on David Carradine yet? Could they start looping him in on their shit?
Oh, wait, can we please bring him back to life? Come on. I'd rather have David Carradine back to life than fucking JFK Jr., right?
Yeah. Agreed.
Or Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is also still alive. Prince is still alive, according to some of the QAnon people.
Jesus Christ. Prince? Why do they care about whatever?
Dude, they went to fucking Dallas and they hung out on the anniversary of JFK getting shot because they were convinced that JFK Jr. was going to show himself. He didn't show himself. So then the next thing they latched on is that night there was a Rolling Stones concert in Dallas, and people swore that Prince filled in on the drums for a couple of songs.
Oh yeah, Prince, noted drummer.
I think he could play the drums. I think I remember hearing of Prince. He was one of those motherfuckers who was like such a genius that he could play every instrument. Yeah,
I know, but he was a virtuoso, true, but he's best known for playing the guitar. Yes. So you would think that he would fill in for the guitar, but come on.
What a shame it was that he never got to play Jimi Hendrix in a fucking movie.
I know. So, Tim, if JFK Jr. doesn't show up on the anniversary of the assassination, does that mean we're going to have 2 more weeks of spring?
2 more weeks of grifting, yeah.
Yeah, 4 more years of grifting and lies. Yeah.
Man, I swear
so, yeah, you're right, Candice. He bums everybody out and bums the entire room out talking about her child fucking dying. And Candice is just like,
real bummer for the rest of the room, huh?
Yeah. When can I fuck that thing? Is it dead yet? Is it okay now? Is Candice over there, her husband, just I don't know what's going on in your house, man. You know what? You're the one that shouldn't have kids. That's what. So we cut back to the group, and Daniel finds a fun ritual room where we see the same symbol that the stranger saw at the house. And the tweaker starts freaking the fuck out. He's like, no. Fuck this. Nope, this isn't real. This is a nightmare. The shit that happened, that's impossible. It's not real. It's a fucking nightmare. And I'm like, okay, just give the dude some meth. He'll be cool.
Yeah, tell him there's some meth down there, right?
Yeah. Even him out.
Then they head further down the path, and they're radioing back and forth with Kim, by the way, who's, again, just like got Grey's Anatomy open and a how-to guide. Yeah. She's looking for like a paint by numbers kind of thing. C-sections for dummies, cut by numbers.
Yeah, but you know what? This is kind of like a realistic scene, because the only thing that we've seen this woman do so far is like fucking off and putting files into a fucking cardboard box, right? Yeah. So now all of a sudden, never mind just have to give this lady a C-section, but all this other fucking shit is going on around you, and now you have to give this lady a fucking C-section.
Well, she was also bitching because they wouldn't let her do anything, and she was like, I can. Clearly,
well, no, the other thing I thought was really fucked up with Kim, the fucking the nurse, is that she had some fucking feel-good drug available to her, and she doesn't get to that fucking pregnant lady until she's like almost ready to fucking burst her fucking stomach.
Yeah, till the last second, she's like, "All right, now I'll boot you up with it."
Yeah.
So then they're radioing back and forth, and they're like, "Look, we don't see a door at the end of this fucking hallway. All there is just like some more stairs going down."
Again, such a great fucking scene, because she's telling like, "Go down the staircase, go right, and the door to the morgue is going to be right there in front of you." And they're like, "What?" And you see the camera cuts it, and it's just a long fucking hallway just going on forever,
possibly long. There's no way.
And she's like. They're like, which set of stairs? And she's like, there's only one set of stairs. And you see that there's multiple sets of stairs. Mm-hmm. It's like, good touch.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to read that book again.
We're just down the rabbit hole. And so then Daniel trips for a second. And we see the room. We see a melted baby's hospital bed. I don't know what the fuck those things are supposed to be. The weird plastic thing they put the babies in. And then we see a premonition.
The incubators?
Yeah. And then we see a premonition. Was that an incubator
or just like a regular baby thing that they put in the maternity?
No, it's just like a regular baby thing they put in.
Yeah. And then we see a premonition of the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers real quick. We cut back, and the doctor's telling Allison, he's like, look, what you don't get about death is it's like a metamorphosis. So I've been experimenting on people to figure out how to stop this whole life-death cycle. I'm going to be honest with you. The first times were a couple of whoops-a-doodles.
Mm-hmm. Well, everybody, look, that's what malpractice insurance is for, right?
Yeah, you want to make a zomblet, you got to crack a few eggs.
You got to crack a few babies.
Like, yeah, he's like, a few of them, not so good. But here's the bonus. They're not dead.
Yeah, they're all downstairs. Yeah, they're still here. They want to die, but I won't let them.
Yeah, I'm not going to let them die.
Which pays off on a certain scene. So fucking good, man.
With the pipe, God. Tim? Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Jesus Christ, this movie deserves more attention.
Yeah, and so he's like, oh, and by the way, the whole fire that happened in the hospital, that was them. That was their bad. That had nothing to do with me.
I should have never given those fucking idiots matches.
Yeah, why would you give them matches? Well, I guess you give them cigarettes, just you like, okay, you guys just be cool. I got to go upstairs.
Do you really want one of them to get cancer, man? Come on.
Yeah, good point. They get tumors and stuff. That's just not... It's not good.
Yeah, no, and the doctor has one of the greatest fucking lines in the entire movie where he's like, you'll be surprised at what you find if you go looking.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much the only explanation that we get as to why how he's able to do this, right?
Yeah.
Because he studied it and he's become obsessed with it.
Yeah,
so
he's just looking.
He's looked for the knowledge that is forbidden.
Yep, and he's clearly an astute person. And clearly very highly motivated by the death of his daughter, which, I mean, as a parent, I can tell you that would motivate me.
You'll do
they even mention in the movie how she died?
No, I don't think they do mention how she died.
I think she was struck by lightning.
No.
It's just I'm making that up entirely. But
also, going back to how Candice said that the pregnant girl, the way that she's dressed is really weird. How old... was his daughter how old was she when she died?
She looked like she was early teens, I want to say. In the
so somebody who would wear a dress like that, maybe, if you had a certain type of father?
Oh, God, Tim, don't.
No, I'm just saying, like, because it is like a fucking Little House on the Prairie dress.
So Tim's theory is that he's dressing the pregnant girl up like his daughter. Spoiler alert. The baby inside of her is his baby, so he's dressing this girl. That's supposed to be his
daughter reborn.
He's dressing this girl like his daughter, fucking the stand-in for his daughter, and then they're going to have a super double daughter?
They're doing Alistair Crowley or Rand Casey. You decide.
Yeah. Oh, God. So, yeah. And then he's like, all right. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to let him die. And Allison's like, dude, I know whatever you're doing is probably bad, and you've done it to other shit. Don't do it to me. And he pulls the Aussie.
You know what? Holy shit. You know what? Oh, my God. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm going to let you go. I apologize.
Oh, what am I doing?
Here's my card. Have your attorney talk to my attorney. We'll make a settlement.
Oh, whoa. Yeah.
And I was way out of line. I am so sorry.
Yeah. And he pulls the Ozymandias from Watchmen. He's like, oh, no, it's already done. Like,
yeah. Another great fucking scene, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's one of those scenes where, like, if your stomach drops when you watch this, because it's like, oh, shit, that's right. It's already done. Nothing she's going to do right now is going to work.
Your stomach drops and hers squirms grossly. Because she's pregnant with eels, apparently. Then the group make their way down to the room that they kind of call the slaughterhouse, and I'm going to agree with it because it's just filled with hanging bodies and parts of people.
There's red lights.
I mean, the red lighting in it is so good because he's using the flares to light the whole thing up, and it's just fucking disturbing. Then we get the whole group downstairs. They in the basement here in the murder room. They all start tripping out. The vision starts like fading and twisting, and we get fun lens effects going on here. And this is Tim when we see your buddy, old Pipehead. We turn and because we hear something like a thunk like a wet thunk.
Thunk, yeah.
And we turn and we just see this zombie guy with a big hole in his head, just repeatedly ramming the pipe that's sticking out of the wall into the hole in his head.
It's just such a great scene because it just shows you, because that guy's been doing it for a long time, right?
Oh, he's dedicated.
Because he's not completely through his head. He's almost through his head.
No, it's completely through his head.
Does it go all the way through his head? I don't think so.
Yeah, because he turns to the camera and you can see light through his head.
Oh, okay. All right. My bad. Sorry.
It's pretty gross. And then they start seeing the other experiments come to life. And it's like, oh, okay, well, we're in hell. Great. This is exactly what I fucking didn't want to happen. So they just start fucking blasting all the experiments, popping their heads with shotgun rounds. And we're getting a little like fun Resident Evil vibe going on here now.
That's
and
true.
Candice, you've been playing Back 4 Blood. This must have been like,
I was going to say
like
Left 4
a
Dead,
warm
yeah.
fuzzy.
Yeah, well, no,
yeah.
when I was watching this, I was like, this would be a good video game. That's what I was thinking when I was watching it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
they're going to have the DLC of the baby.
Yeah.
Oh.
That you can
This would be a good VR game. You're just strapped to a table, and this dude's artificially inseminating you with a weird fucking monster.
Found in the adults only section.
Mm-hmm. Or it's like
in
that
your friend's video collection right there on the table with the VR goggles.
Yeah. Still on the VR. So if you pick it up, you can just see, and it's the level where you're Kim and you have to cut the belly open. Oh, man. So, yeah, she goes to cut the belly open, and we've got the pulse pounding, them blowing the heads off of the monsters. Kim's going to cut the belly open. The front entrance gets smashed in. Everything's fucked. And Vincent, that's the father, he goes and just wanders off in the middle of their fight because he sees his wife and another kid.
Well, no, it's the wife holding a baby, right?
Yeah. The baby, his baby, the bloody shoe that fell out of his bag.
Uh-huh.
So
Dude, pay some money, get that shit bronzed.
Yeah.
Do people do that anymore?
Bronze shit?
Yeah, bronze their baby shoes?
No, bronze the baby shoes, man. Come on. I had a pair of them. My parents did that.
That's what I'm saying. Do they do that anymore? Like, I know that used to be a thing.
Thanks. Okay.
I mean, for enough money, I could get you a bronze baby shoe. I get you a bronze baby foot.
Is that extra good luck?
Yeah. Yeah, it's they use it as a fertility charm. So, just in case you can't conceive. So, then the fucking tweaker asshole jumps up on Daniel, tries to choke him out, and then we get one of my favorite fucking monsters.
Drug addict. How does that help you?
He just wants to get the hell out of there. He wants to get the gun, be able to tell them to fuck off and run away. Like, up until now, he has been stuck with them because they have a gun.
I just thought it was a stupid move.
Yeah, I mean...
It's like, what's your end game here?
Probably not the best move.
Yeah, well,
and then
meth heads, not known for their
clear thinking.
To foresee consequences.
Yeah, not a lot of forethought for the fucking meth heads. Then we get another fun little experiment, dude. Now, I am a big fan of contortionists and crab walking.
Oh, yeah, this guy.
Exorcist, you fucking hack. Yeah. Well, I guess this movie's the hack.
Yeah. So this guy that did this, there's a little blurb about him in the documentary. This dude just sent in, because they had a casting call for people for monsters and shit. Mm-hmm. This dude just sent in an audition tape of him just doing this contortionist shit. And
so
they
he sent the same tape to America's Got Talent.
Yeah. Same tape exactly. And he, just seeing him without any makeup doing this shit might even be creepier, if I'm being honest with you. Because he just like dead stares at the camera with his eyes the whole time he's doing it. And it's like, don't do that.
Well, don't look at me while you do that.
Seeing a monster walk like that is a little bit more acceptable to your brain than seeing a human walk like that.
Right. Humans don't do that. Monsters do. And they said they got this tape and they're like, we don't have plans for this kind of a monster. But now we do.
Yeah.
Now we absolutely do.
Plus, this guy paid $3,000 to be in the fucking movie. Sweet. Cha-ching.
Yeah.
If you
like, we'll put you in it for.
If you like contortionists, you should watch Malignant.
Okay.
I keep telling you, you need to watch Malignant.
I know.
You need to watch the last 20 minutes of that movie. And that's
watch the whole fucking movie. Trust me.
I'm going to watch the whole thing.
Candice hates fucking Giallo movies, but she loves this fucking movie. Okay.
So, yeah, just to bump it up here, what's going on downstairs? The father has the hallucination about the mother, then goes to kill the son, the mute, pins him down. Mute guy takes a flare, fucking sticks it in his belly and wakes his ass up. Then they both break out of this hallucination that they're back home, which is fucking crazy. Like, so we're getting like it's the bad place trying to do the welcome you in.
It's the way I took it. They're slipping in and out of worlds, almost, right? Because he's back in the house with the wife and with the wife and the baby, and then when he gets the fucking flare to the stomach, they wake up and they're back in that hallway. But in both of their minds, both of them were in that place at that time.
It's between that and like a demon night. You're being seduced into just letting it in and letting the madness of the cult in to make you into one of those monsters as well. Because that's like literally what's happening with Daniel when he finally gets up to his to Allison, where he sees her first, like beautiful, laying there on the operating table, pregnant. And he's like, oh, this is cool. You're totally pregnant. That was a normal thing that we both recognize as fine. And he leans down, kisses her hand, then looks up, and the hand falls away into like dust.
Yeah, ash.
And she's just ash, yeah. And then it's just the grossest tentacle monster shit coming out of a fucking hospital bed.
Eddie, gross for some people. For other people, a $19.99 a month membership fee.
Fair. I mean,
is that a
look,
lewd?
if you're
just go on the internet and type in tentacle lewd.
Tentacle lewds. Oh. There you go.
Oh no.
She did it. So the doctor's like, hey, Daniel, I'm in your head now, by the way. The night that Allison lost the baby, I noticed the look on your face.
Oh,
and you were kind of like,
man.
You're kind of like, phew.
Yeah, you had relief on your face.
Yeah. And by the way, take a look down at her. Isn't she beautiful? And she goes back to looking like normal. And then that's when he picks up the axe and starts fucking hacking her to bits. And I'm like, this guy's got some resentment.
Well, yeah, because the doctor keeps saying, like, she killed your baby.
Yeah.
Because it was her fault. Love
the way they shoot it, though, is he's raising the axe and then the camera kind of pulls out and then you just see the door with him swinging the axe
and just
in silhouette over and over. Oh, my God. Another beautiful fucking shot in this.
No, so when you cut back to the wife and you see how she really looks, it's incredible fucking special effects, too. Practical effects.
Yeah. Fucking amazing. So they did use some CGI in this movie, like the belly moving clearly.
Is it one of the part where they use CGI or they use claymation coming up a little bit?
Maybe. The other one that they use it is
because I'm thinking with the hall chase. There was one part that looked a little bit wonky.
Yeah. Yep, you're right. At the end, the hall chase with the mute guy and the baby. Yeah, there's a little bit of that. The other part is duplicating the cult members outside. Some of those were CGI.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to increase your crowd.
Look, you know what? That's perfectly fine with me. I got no problem with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of that honestly was because they didn't have the amount of room that they needed outside to film that space and that number of people, and also it was raining for half of the shoot.
Damn.
So, yeah, dude, they had every fucking problem with this production.
That's why this movie's so good.
Well, it's incredible it came out so well, considering all the shit they went through. So, now we're getting to the end of it. After he hacks her to bits, he looks up and sees there's a triangle at the end of this room full of bodies on gurneys that are just covered with sheets. It's the big set piece that I was describing earlier.
Hail Bop part. Yes.
Hail Bop's there, and the doctor's still fucking whispering in his ear. And he's like, look, motherfucker, you are a monster. The doctor's like, no. Here, dude, it's chill, totally. There are these things that are older than time, and they have blessed me. They gave me the power to resist death. I just need one final thing. And right around this time, remember the pregnant girl upstairs?
Mm-hmm.
She's
that teenage slut?
Yeah.
Pregnant at 16
slut.
with the cosmic baby?
Well, she
With the
pops
space
up.
baby.
She pops up, slits her grandpa's throat. Very mean. And now she's not in pain anymore. She plays a
really good, like, sweet-faced, but also fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because the minute she sits up and she's just fine, you're like, fuck this.
See, Candice, that's why she can lay down on her back, because it's not a regular baby.
Yeah, it's true. It's a space baby.
Ah, he's got you there, Candice.
Yeah,
actually.
Plus,
demonic cosmic babies do not follow the same physiology of a normal baby.
That's true. You got
Plus,
me there.
we saw the contortionist monster thing. Maybe the baby does some contortionist stuff around her arteries and stuff. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So she popped up and goes downstairs, and doctor guy's like, "Oh, we need one final thing," and she just stabs fucking poor Daniel in the back. This dude's just had a shit day, man.
Yeah, he gets stabbed a lot.
He just wanted to sleep in his fucking trooper car and maybe give somebody a speeding ticket to keep his quota going. That's it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you hear a lot from Dante and Clerks bitching about how he wasn't even supposed to be there.
Oh, that's Kim. That's fucking Nurse Kim, right? She even says that. I'm not supposed to be here today.
Yeah, because she runs off and fucking hides in some pantry or some shit. And she's like, okay, I need to be quiet. She's telling herself to be quiet. I'm like, well, just shut up. Like,
well, she's a woman. She can't do that.
Half fair. Fair point.
I like how serious.
No, I will say this. Candice made a joke, but when the way that she's talking to herself, when I was watching this movie, I was slightly stoned, which big surprise. I was like, you know what? She sounds like she's repeating something that she's heard said to her before.
Yeah, that could be. And by the way, for the listeners, Tim slightly stoned would be you higher than giraffe pussy. So,
especially I got that fucking Pineapple Express was like 29% fucking THC.
Is that some good shit? The Pineapple Express, I've never had it.
I mean, it was a name. When I went to the place, they had like fucking 20 different types. So it's like one of those things. Like, what do they say about like there's too many apples in the store that no matter how many times, how many apples you buy, you always like, oh man, I should have bought the other apple.
Yeah, you should always just go back to the Honey Crisp.
Honey Crisp, like best apple.
Smiths. No,
those are good too.
Best ones.
Those are also very good.
Yeah.
I will accept both answers.
Okay. I also like a tart apple every once in a while too.
My wife gets one. I think it's like a honeydew. It's like extra fucking shiny and like fucking $5 a pound.
That's the Honey Crisp.
Is that the Honey Crisp?
That's the Honey Crisp.
That's what I get. I've never heard of a honeydew.
I might got it wrong.
I don't know. So, the pregnant lady stabs the dude in the fucking back. Sucks. Like an asshole. He falls down and she starts walking up to the front of the room where the creeper from Jeepers Creepers, who, by the way, is just the doctor in his dark doctor form, which kind of reminded me a little bit of Psycho Gorman. Some of the practical effects here.
He reminded me
a little bit, yeah.
He reminded me of Uncle Freak from Hellraiser. Like
yes,
the way he sounded.
I got more than Hellraiser, but when at the beginning of the show, when he said somebody did Psycho Gorman, I was like, yeah, I can see Psycho Gorman.
Yeah. So and she walks up and she's like, hey, you're a cool guy. Why don't you go ahead and bless my baby that's inside of me?
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, that's cool. So, Daniel, you just got to die. Then the girl's going to give birth to my new daughter, and then everything's going to be cool. He turns around, chants at the pyramid, the doctor, and opens up this pyramid into the fucking abyss.
And this is where the chick freaks out, right?
Well, when he puts the hand on her head, yeah. But no, this is just when their
him
portrayal
putting the hand
of
on him telling her, guess what, bitch? I'm a Republican. I just wanted your baby to be born. Now I don't give a shit about you anymore.
There you go. Now that it's born, it's your problem. We're not going to support you. No. And I love that the portrayal of the abyss here, like, is a blinding light coming out.
Here's what I have written down is, at this point, they have said the Abyss so many times. That must have been the original name for the movie, but because some other movie was called The Abyss, they could not name it.
So actually, the working title for this was Eclipse. And then one of the dudes was like, that's the new Twilight movie too, right?
Oh,
fuck. Never mind.
That's how they could have made more money.
Yeah, they could have. They didn't make a ton on this for sure.
But no, literally, this guy says the abyss, the abyss, the abyss at least 5 fucking times.
I know.
I'm like, all right. James Cameron did the movie, so you can't call it the abyss. So because nobody says the void. There's never any fucking mention about going into the void or anything like that.
Yeah, there's no avoiding the noid. There's nothing with void in it. So he puts the hand on her head, and she gets this flash of like a skinless face. That's, we'll find out, maybe the baby's face.
This is like watching MTV 16 and Pregnant when they find out shit's for real.
Tim, I literally had the note in here. This is like 16 and Pregnant.
They find out that their boyfriend, who's 60 years old, isn't going to be the man that they thought she was.
Yeah, the moron who failed to get a job at Best Buy isn't going to be a good fucking provider. The guy who's walking around with his mouth open all day is not a good provider. So, yeah, she freaks the fuck out, falls down, and we get the baby emerging. And the baby monster is probably my favorite monster in this movie.
It's a great monster, yes.
Because there's spider-like movement to it, but there's this massive umbilical cord that sticks out of it and is connected to the girl, and it just drags the body of the girl around everywhere it fucking goes.
The umbilical cord is still attached, so it's just dragging her dead body behind her.
Well, there's nobody there to cut it, right? The doctor is gone.
No,
that's true. There's no doctor.
That's true, yeah. The doctor's busy. It is some crazy shit. And so it goes after Vincent immediately, the father, who pops in because he shoots at it a couple of times trying to save the day.
Yeah, he pops up,
And it's just like, he thinks shooting me is going to fucking matter. Then he shoots it in the face, and all that happens is that, like, opens its mouth, and then, again, with the tentacle rape, just starts stabbing him with tentacles in his chest and worming around in him.
For real, don't you take the shotgun and blow your fucking head off?
Yeah,
everything that everybody has seen tonight. How is there coming back from this?
Yeah, no, you know what, Tim? I'm with you. That this is one of those. You hope you have a cyanide pill in one of your fucking hole in your tooth. Yeah, the mist, exactly. This is the mist. You know what? Fuck it. Boom. Done. No, instead what happens is the mute, his son, runs over and is like, "Oh, I'm going to help you, Dad." He's like, "Nah, it's too late for me." He starts dumping the rubbing alcohol. I think he was just trying to get drunk.
Could
trying to drink that shit.
Dumps it all over himself. A bunch of rubbing alcohol. That's right.
Yeah. And then flips it up on the demon baby. He's like, "All right, Simon."
91% rubbing alcohol too. Yeah.
By the way, the mute kid, his name is Simon. I have that note here.
He's like, Simon says nothing.
Oh, Tim, I didn't make that connection. I fucking love it, though, buddy.
I just made that connection right now, so thank you for the snare. Yes.
Yeah. So Simon lights the flare and tosses it on them, and this would actually start that fire. As opposed to the cigarette from earlier.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's true.
Fucking rubbing alcohol? Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, that shit'll go up. We used to play we'd mix that with a little bit of water, dilute it, and then you dip your hand in it, like your hand on fire.
Your hand on fire, yeah.
That was fun. You ever do any stupid shit like that, Candice?
Candice is a chick. She never played with fire. No. That's a guy thing. Playing with
I'm also
fire. That's
my phobia is fire. Like, I can't even be around hot things. Like hair curlers, no. Like the
I bet
flat
your husband
irons,
feels good about that.
Like I cannot be around like anything that gives off heat. Like makes me really, really nervous.
What?
Yep.
You should. Whoa. Okay, so
wait a second. If we have the grinding meet up and it's like a little bit like chilly, and we have like one of those outdoor things, they got the flames going outside to warm people, you're gonna freak out.
I say I could chase you around with a space heater.
I mean,
hair dryer.
Yeah. So when you see those people that are surrounded by like blizzards and shit, this for you is like heaven.
Yeah.
Oh shit! That's why she likes those fucking Arctic horror movies.
That's what
right?
I was saying, Tim.
Oh shit!
She's like, ooh, just freeze me out to death, no problem.
Oh man, I bet Anaconda freaks the fucking shit out of her.
The movie Anaconda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They're down in the
obviously I
swamps. It's
can
fucking hot.
tolerate hot weather. I live in the South.
Oh,
my whole life.
Are you afraid of like soup? Like
No.
you get too hot of a ramen? Or...
Did
No,
you
but
burn
oh
your
my
tongue
God.
when you were a kid?
I mean, a lot, yeah. And plus I had a firecracker go off like at my feet because I thought it was a dud. And then it just like went off in front of me. And also I was caught in a burning building when I was a little kid. There's a reason why
There
I'm
we
scared
go.
of
You
fire.
kinda-
yeah, there. That's the thing, Candice. I don't
Yeah.
think it's the firecracker that went
Kind
off
of-
at your feet.
You kind of buried the lead there, Candice.
Yeah.
At one
Yeah,
time
when I
I
was-
accidentally, you know
when I
those
lived in-
snap it things you throw on the ground? I stepped on one of those. By the way, I was raped with a flaming telephone pole one time.
Yeah, you know the
Well,
flamethrower
maybe
that
it was-
Elon Musk invented? I was raped by that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
being trapped in
the
a burning
house,
building? Fuck that.
The house that we lived in Florida like went up in flames. I don't remember what happened, but like I was like caught in there, and my mom had to like get me out of the flames. And just all I remember is just a wall of flames. Like there's a reason why I'm afraid of fire.
Candice, that's the fucking lead. If you just told us that, we wouldn't be making
Yeah.
fun of your phobia. Now we feel
Yeah.
fucked up.
Oh, I'd
No,
still
you
do
don't.
it. I don't care.
Yeah, that's true. It's
So,
not like I'm going to remember this anyway until Tuesday when the episode comes out and I hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So then the mute boy starts crawling away through the Die Hard vent, you know?
Good idea,
And,
right? That's where I would
yeah.
hang out for the rest of this fucking movie.
Well, I wouldn't, because then we hear the groaning of steel and buildings settling.
I didn't
As
say I
the-
would survive this movie.
Okay, fair. As the building starts collapsing, and now it's a race against time as he tries to get out of the building.
That the building started falling apart because the dude like ran into the void
Yeah,
with the priest.
right. So what? Well, maybe, or it could have been. I don't know. So, but
The
but
way
you're,
I took
you're
it is
correct.
that they went to another reality and this one is collapsing.
Okay.
The made up
So
part
it's-
of this reality, right? Because
so
when he
it's like-
gets out of the wall, he ends up back in the hospital.
Yeah, so it's like BioShock Infinite, and the fact that like he doesn't belong in the other dimension, so it causes a tear in reality. Maybe
There's
nobody's
always a
played
lighthouse.
BioShock Infinite.
There's always
Never
a
mind.
girl. There's always a lighthouse.
I
That
love
one.
that game. Yeah, I love that game. So yeah, you're right. Because our cop buddy Daniel, he axes the fucking Jeepers Creepers doctor in the shoulder, and then shoves him through into the hell dimension, and goes in with him, and does the Prince of Darkness righteous self-sacrifice to close the portal.
Exorcist. Okay, go ahead.
I thought the Beyond. Well, I guess really the end when he's like
Yeah.
standing in front of that pyramid thing. That's when I really thought of the Beyond.
I get that because of the pyramid. Totally. Tim, I get the Exorcist because of the flinging yourself through things, but I don't know that the girl was a conduit to bring hell
Well,
through.
no, he took the demon out of the girl, and then once the demon was in him, he threw himself out
right.
the window and killed himself.
Fair.
So
Fair.
he sacrificed himself to
Yes.
get rid of the big evil.
You know what? We'll blend them all together. We'll say Prince of Darkness, The Exorcist, and whatever the hell Candice is talking
Well, that's why this movie
You-
is saying
wait,
it's
wait,
a
wait,
homage
wait,
to all
wait.
80s movies, right?
Eddie,
So-
have you never seen the Beyond from Lucio Fulci?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god!
You know what, Candice? Neither have I.
No!
Oh.
Oh my god! Oh god damn it! I
It's
wish. I could...
Fulci. Does that count as a Giallo movie?
No, he's not really known for his giallo movies.
He's Italian,
Jesus.
so
I mean, he's
Giallo,
done-
Italian. They sound alike, right? Gelato.
that's-
It's all the
He's-
same to me.
He's done some giallo movies, but it's not really what he's known for.
I know. I'm just trying to tangentially relate it to next month.
Oh, gotcha.
There's still time to
Right.
reverse that decision.
Well, oh my,
Nope.
hey, can I say that the
Candice,
Beyond
let's
is a
protest
giallo,
outside
and
of
then
his
we'll
house.
put that in the playlist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Candice, you can
let's
say
do
it
the
is
Beyond. Let's do the Beyond.
Okay.
The Beyond is a giallo. We're going to do that.
Good.
But you know what?
So,
Let's
yeah.
not be like the grind bin where they say in episode 17, hey, let's do that Barbarians twin movie with the two twins.
And then
like,
never,
still
ever,
never do
ever,
it.
ever,
500
do
episodes
it.
later. Yeah.
Yeah. So Simon the mute crawls away with the monster chasing after him. He gets out of the void, though, and into the actual hospital. He goes back to reality. And
And
when he
there
gets
goes
there,
Rabbity.
he sees...
Oh, God. Oh, God, Candice.
No M&Ms. Nope.
Candice. Oh, shit.
I wonder if the monster melts in your mouth or your hand that's on fire.
It's on fire.
Sorry, Candice wins.
Okay. So, yeah, then the portal vanishes when the two of them stumble through it. Simon, the mute, makes it out to the proper hospital, sees a dead nurse with the crushed head, grabs the fire extinguisher, goes to open the door because he hears something in there, holds the extinguisher aloft, and it's Kim. She lived. I'm glad because I was very emotionally invested in her as a character. She asks, is it over? And he doesn't say anything because he's a mute.
Because he's
kinda
mute.
nods. Then we get to see the inside of the void, Tim. The dark, expansive hellscape with this massive, hovering black pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
And we see that Allison and Daniel are reunited, and it feels so good. They hold hands, and we go to credits, just like the end of
Well,
Fight
don't they
Club.
start walking towards it?
Yeah.
Okay. So we could get a void too, right?
Void 2. Yeah, we could get one of those. We're not
Voided.
going to.
Void 2. Voided.
Void 2, the avoidance.
Avoid the movie.
Void 2, the bladder. You have to piss. Meth. So that Tim can sell it. No, so that's...
I still think that's a great fucking idea, man. You can't get arrested for fucking selling piss. Okay.
Yeah, Tim, go for it. Go for it, buddy.
If I'm not back next week, you know why? Because I'm just fucking making it rain at a strip club in Vegas with all my fucking piss meth money.
Tim's rain and piss all over Vegas. Just being showered in gold. So I think that's going to be it for this episode of the Bloody Bits Horror Show. Candice, do you have anything you want people to pay attention to on the internet?
Well, coming up in June, Pokemon the first movie with everything I learned from movies. If you want some more video game talk.
Excellent. Excellent. That's a fun movie. Not dark at all. Tim, what about you, buddy?
I don't think I really have anything coming up besides this show. Daniel took a little bit of a hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm on the grind bin or any... Well, I think there's some mini bins I might have done like 2 years ago that are coming out now, so who knows?
That's true. Oh, man.
Yeah,
you were talking about the darkness of the Pokemon the first movie. So
Yeah.
I watched the Japanese version and they watched the American version.
Oh,
So
no.
I had to explain all of
They
like the
didn't
first
get
10
any
minutes.
of it then, did they?
Wow.
Nope.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
So many tentacles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that poor fucking Geo dude, man. He's getting stretched out.
Oh,
No, I
God.
would say,
Wow. I haven't seen the movie, but even I was like, what the fuck? He's just saying.
Vaporeon evolved into Gaporion.
Oh, shut up.
He was just-
God.
He had a big gaping asshole.
Oh.
There's
what
never
that
anything
is.
that's followed good, but when you say the word gaping.
Yep. Yeah. Excellent point of advice, Tim. And hey, I'll follow that up with something good. If you want to pay us money to listen to more of us talking, you can go to patreon.com/bloodybits and pay us a little bit more.
Or give us a
for-
5-star review on whatever fucking podcast shit you're listening to this on.
You know
Come
what?
on.
It's been a while since somebody fucking gave us a review.
Well, we're at
period.
69. So you know what I think it is,
I know.
Eddie? I think that most of the people listen to our show, like they see they're gonna they're gonna give us a review, and like, oh wait, they're at 69. No, fuck it,
think
I don't
you're
want to
right.
ruin 69.
I think, you know what? You might actually be right on that one.
They'd be like, oh, those hosts would really appreciate this.
You know what's better than 69? 72. It's 69 with 2 fingers up your ass.
Oh, wow.
No, what's better than 69 is 77 because then you get 8 more. But that was my feminist joke.
Wow.
So patreon.com/bloody bits. Subscribe for $5 a month. You get access to our bonus episodes. $10 a month. You know, I won't make any gaping jokes anymore. No, you get access to the Blood Bank with over 3,000 weird titles.
It's a
all sorts of
gaping
TV
library
shows.
of movies.
It's like the void of entertainment, only it's a filled void, so it's gaping.
God damn it. Just stop saying that. God.
It's a moist, gaping void.
Just moist gaping, and it's stretched to maximal
Shut
surface
up!
tension. Is what it is. Glistening and staring right back at you as you stare into it. And that, my friends, is how we end it.